Mr. Donut Lord, first on the scene. Welcome, my friend. How are we tonight? Let me just clean up my desktop view here. He's on the TikTok as well. You live to see it. Let me turn this up and turn the capture card audio down a little bit because Bunker is loud. And get our stuff up on screen here. Oh my god. We have more runs than I thought we did. Alright, we are back with some sham farming tonight. We are not playing as Fred the girl. As you can see, we're playing as Fred the record setter. The history maker, if you will. I was testing this on the 3D display that I have. That PlayStation 3D TV thing. Because I got it working again, and I fixed the 3D glasses that I had that were dead, like the battery went flat, so I took them apart, and my god, is it one of the most annoying things to take apart if you've never done it before. Even if you have done it before, it's still annoying to not try and break into anything, and putting it back together is a little bit of a pain, but it works. And the 3D is really cool because they're like the official 3D glasses, so they support the simul view and they do all the things really well with that screen. But I was testing this on the screen, and I forgot that you could like resize the, I guess, a display output thing for a PlayStation TV, so I had to minimize that because it didn't scale properly from 24 inches up to this. I'm fantastic. How about you? I'm great. Watched the Habs game. They won. Too much stress watching playoff hockey. But the one game of a week when I'm not at work and I can actually sit at home in the comfort of my own couch and watch them. And then all the other games have been while I'm at work, so I have to throw it on the laptop and keep an eye while I'm helping customers. But it's just how it be sometimes. I was also sham farming on the PS3 with my Maxwell character on there, also on the screen. Just testing it out, making sure it's still okay and not running into any EEPROM issues. So far it seems okay. But man, the colors on that screen are so nice. Like if you go into the monitor settings and crank the color setting up, then the colors look pretty vibrant. I would say the blacks aren't as good as an OLED, but like the rest of the colors are approaching OLED status, which is really impressive to see on a 15-year-old monitor. I don't know. And the added benefit of 3D, like I was playing the Super Stardust HD game on the PS3, which supports 3D, and man, does it look like it's a convincing 3D effect, I will say. Especially when you blow up your own ship and then all the sparks fly at your face. But, you know, I saw Uncharted 3 was also 3D compatible, so I might have to throw that one in just to see. But, while I was sham farming on the PS3, I hadn't realized how much, like, smoother this farm was, because items, I realized, don't bounce on this version. Like when they fall or drop from bunker, they don't have a bouncing effect, so it's like a lot harder to kind of keep track of where the sham might drop, because I know it's supposed to still drop in this general area, but it's not nearly as clean looking as this is. Alright, well, nothing off the hop, but you know what, that's fine. We start again. That's okay. Saw that Borderlands Mobile has officially concluded its trial runs, so to speak. I really hope that game turns into something cool, because I feel like having a fully fledged out, like I'm sure they've received a whole bunch of feedback for the one that they did make. Like, I guess the state that it was in. I kind of weaned away from it, mainly because I was finishing teacher's college near the end, so I didn't really have a lot of time to sit down and play it. But, so I don't know if they, like, added stuff, or if any of the stuff that they had was locked actually became available. I don't know, but, I'm hoping that one day they, actually go ahead and make a standalone, I guess, Borderlands mobile game, like with an original story. That one looked like it was gearing up to have an original story, quote unquote, even if it wasn't like, you know, maybe the best story in the world, but it wasn't like just reusing the same story. Like it was in place in between 3 and 4, which I think it can turn into an interesting plot point if they do it right. Because technically we don't know what happened. It's just been, what's the time skip there? 6 years? I'm betting a Sham within 6 rounds. Alright, well this is the second round, so let's see. Let's see. We haven't seen a Sham in a while. I can't remember if we found one last stream at all, but hopefully that is not the case tonight. I feel so bad. I see people online all the time on Reddit talking about farming Shams in Borderlands 2, and they're like, I have 100 runs, and I don't have one. And I just have to look at them. You look at them with that disappointed, but disappointed for them, not at them look that an elder gives a student that just, you see the potential. Yet they aren't at that level yet. I don't know. But hopefully Borderlands Mobile turns into something. If it does become a fully polished experience, I'm wondering what it will cost. Because Mr. Strange, welcome my friend. How are we doing tonight? Crossfire. Missed the first Maya stream, you get Lucky Hornet drop. Oh yeah, Mr. Fatal called it too. He called the Hornet, and we got the bonus package, which he also called. We did not get the Thunderball Fist from Flint though, but that's okay. And Mr. Honest Liar joined us once more near the end. Joined us for the Flint fight and then got us to Sanctuary. So it was nice to see him again, and hopefully, and this will, I guess, mainly be on my end of communicating when those streams will happen, because I think that's the easiest way of coordinating the multiplayer. I know when we did the series before, I kind of had like a schedule of when certain, well, I guess when Borderlands Vita streams were coming out, so it was kind of easy to follow that, and those were kind of the main streams I was doing at the time. So if it was a stream, you could probably bet that it was going to be one of those. So it was easy for him to kind of join, because he was in relatively early in those, but I'll give the buffer for this one, because it was the first story stream we had done in quite some time. But always good to see him back. He was playing as Gage this time, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of wacky Gage build he has going on. I never use absorb shields. Can they absorb while drained? Mr. or Mrs. Void? That's a good question. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say like many shields, except Roid shields, their powers only work when they're either full or not fully depleted. So I'm going to say no. But like with a 94 Sham, you'd have to think that because the absorption rate is so high, you're almost untouchable, because 94% of the damage you receive will be absorbed, so to speak. Mr. William, that's the bunker, indeed it is. The bunker isn't a place. Yes, this is the bunker on the PS Vita, so I apologize if the audio is more crunchy than it usually is. The BNK3R designer myself. Meet the BNK3R, the greatest defense bot ever built. Designer myself. No. Amazing stuff. He's given us a lot of quick kills, which I'm appreciative of, but like, I would also be appreciative of Sham. Particularly one of the 94% variety. No more 77s. I'm sick of getting 77s. We have 3, and 3's 3 too many. Yeah, I was just thinking about how God, my chat windows are not big enough to have both of them. Just thinking about how far for a level 60 Sham would take you in UVHM or OP levels. I mean, to be fair, on the Vita, level 61 is max level, so we can't go any higher than that. We can't go any higher than that. So you're pretty much playing it to replay the story or farm raid bosses, pretty much. Oh, dang, really? Yeah, the Vita only got the UVHM upgrade 1, so no... It only got the first 11, I guess, level upgrades, and no OP levels, because no Digistruct peak. It only ever got the Oasis and Torg DLCs for content, and then Gage and Krieg were also included, and some cosmetic stuff. Nothing. Oh, hell yeah, nice. I'm doing good. Playing the new Morrowind port. Targets 20 FPS, which is playable. Load times are a bit long, and there's frequent out-of-memory crash, but the dev is still optimizing it. You know what? That's good. That's alright. You know, I've been seeing a lot of homebrew ports coming to the Vita recently. I know Animal Crossing was the big one. The GameCube version of Animal Crossing, but there's been a few other ones, I feel, recently. Hey, also, I didn't know that level 61 is max. That's interesting. It is interesting. There's a lot of interesting things about this port. 5 FPS, Mr. Gubbs. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, I forgot to usually keep this beside me. We're playing on a PS TV, so it's like actual Vita hardware, and we have the physical version of the game we threw in there, but I want to show you, speaking of interesting things on this version, the Bone Shredder gun, and I love showing this off to new people. The Bone Shredder gun in this version has one of the most insane looking textures. It does not look like this on any of the other versions, and I will show you right now. I'll swap out the Sandhawk for it. Let me see if I can find it here. There it is. This beauty of a weapon. Let me examine it here for you. Let me zoom in. Let me do some rotations on it. You know, this is one of the guns of all time. Here it is in the flesh. The target reticle is the only, I guess, degrading part of this gun. Still works. Still fires. It's what we call the schizo reload. But no, my guess is that they just forgot to add the texture for this gun in the game, because when you drop it, it's just the beam of purple, and it looks like this every single time you get the gun, like, in the story. I got it on my first ever playthrough when playing Borderlands on the Vita way back when, and I thought I got, like, some really rare glitched gun, so I made sure I kept it forever, only to realize that that's just what it looks like all the time, so that's okay. But still really cool. That's hilarious. Indeed, it is hilarious. That's hilarious, along with all the unique crashing and out-of-memory issues we face on this version. But, we're trying to be the first people to ever acquire the 94 Sham on the PS Vita version, because due to our research, and we've done a lot of research on this, no one has ever found one, or at least documented it on the internet. So we're trying to be the first people to do so. We're at run 1119, and we found 377 Shams, which, if you don't know, is the same rarity chance as the 94, the 0.0034% chance. And we have 3 of them, so we're the first people to acquire not 1, not 2, but 3 of those on the Vita. And I would cry if I got a 4th. It's not a matter of getting that rarity, because we have gotten that rarity. It's just getting it on the end of the spectrum that we want. You know, I'd say I've gotten pretty good at this boss fight with this particular loadout of weaponry. Like, in my sleep, I know his patterns. Alright, here we go. That's a shame. Should land around right there. And on the Vita, it's very easy to tell because it's very prominently the last thing that flies out. And all the weaponry falls in nearly the exact same place every time because of the Vita's lack of memory and therefore lack of randomization of item falling. You'll notice, and I was talking about this earlier, that weapons do not bounce when they fall. So they're like trying their hardest to Ooh, a legendary. What do we get? We got a conference call. No way. That's actually insane. Hey, get out of the way. Is that better than any of the other? Because we have had a couple conference calls. Any non-elemental ones that we have? Practicable conference call. I want to pick it up, but I only have room for one more thing. Teeth of Terra. Do we really need the Teeth of Terra? Skeeter Teeth of Terra. I don't know. I want to keep the Sandhawks. Mr. Tristan, welcome, my friend. Do you know if the sniper class mod's critical hit glitch works with the legendary legendary sniper? I don't know. Mainly because I don't have that class mod, so I've never really tested it out. I would assume it probably still works on here. Like, I don't know why it wouldn't. Roll drop, that's awesome. That is awesome. I really want to pick this up. What do we think? Do we think we should get rid of the Teeth of Terra and then pick up the conference call? Just because, like, how many times do you sit? Well, I can't really see it. Good RNG to start us off. You know what? I'm just gonna drop the Teeth of Terra. I feel like finding the Teeth of Terra is not as rare as getting the a world drop conference call, even if. Actually, you know what? Let me compare it with this one. See if it's any better. It is. It really isn't better. All right, never mind. We'll just leave it there. But it's cool. You know, it's cool to see it. Also, the conference call doesn't have the cool horizontal bullet pattern thing on this version. It just fires groups of bullets. But that's okay. We don't hold it against it. It's on a challenged system. Alright, where's my Kurodo Sandhawk? Get that back here. Alright, well, no Sham, but cool RNG nonetheless. We're on the right track. Drop the teeth of Mr. Honest Liar, welcome, my friend. Practicable is the best prefix. Okay, well, you know, bro, Mr. Zero, the practicable is the best variation. Is that the one that we have? Was that the one that I just had in my hands? Please tell me that was the one that I just had. Thank you for the follow on the TikTok, man. Mr. Honest Liar, how are you, my friend? Yes, okay, good. Good. Oh, got another follow on the TikTok. Thank you, my friends. Appreciate all of you. No, thank you. Alright, let's keep going. Run 1,120. I don't have the, what do you call that? Run counter, Sham, SMG counter thing on the, TikTok, but I have it on the YouTube, so I'm keeping track there, so don't worry. Isn't this version lacking in content? That is a glass half empty approach, but yes, it is. It is lacking some content, but the good thing is that when you do buy this version, physically or digitally, if you can find a brand new physical version, is that it comes with all the content that it would have had. So you don't need to worry about buying it extra, so if you find a cheap, brand new physical copy, granted the codes haven't been used, then you get all the stuff. 94 Sham runs, indeed. We're at run 1,120 We've collected 38 shams, 3 of which have been 77% shams, and we have 48 bunker SMGs. I'm not keeping track of the of the customizations because that would just make me sad. We've also had a number of world drop legendaries. We found a volcano in one of them, a gub. We found two or three pearls. Those have been really rare, but we are still on the hunt. He's just been giving us this kill, and I'm so grateful for it. I don't trust you being there. Uh-oh. Sit down. Alright. Mild hiccup. Also, there's no slag texture on the Vita, so you just have to shoot and hope you got lucky. It's not a big deal because you're not, like, level 61 is the max, so it's not a huge deal. Farming on the Vita is an absurd level of patience. Well, we've been doing it for a while, so, you know, we have learned. Do you know insane glitches on this version? Outside of, like, just its regular performance glitches? I do know in, Sawtooth Cauldron, you can load into the map from a fresh, like, load, like, from... It's the only place you've been in, and the one story mission where you have to go all the way up the tower and then back, you can't make that all in one run. It will crash. That's a glitch. You're not a sham. Oh my goodness. Still like looking through all this stuff in hopes that we find something cool. We found a legendary. An E-Tech that no one has probably ever used ever. Nothing. Bane of this farm. A lot of nothings, but the somethings are worth it. Farm watch, Mr. Mitch, welcome. That's a 1 in 3k chance. What is the volcano? Are the 94 sham. And conversely the 77 sham. I don't know. I already switched the 94 sham. Yeah, it's like a 0.0034% chance or something like that. And also the 77. I have 2 77s in the inventory. I did not keep the third one because I'm leaving the one final spot in the inventory open for the 94 sham. And once we get it, then I'm going to throw a bunch of the stuff in storage because we need to do the pearl farms as well to try and get all the pearls on the Vita version and see what they do. I was always disappointed in the E-Tech in this game. Yeah, they're kind of cool early game, like in normal Vault Hunter mode. But like once you get into the later modes, their damage and weird fire rate crap doesn't really do anybody any good. Let me show off the inventory a little bit, see what we found. We have a couple Seraph weapons. It's cool that they're on here. We have 3 pearls so far. An Avenger, Butcher, and Bearcat. And I want to say this was from Bunker, this was from Bunker, this was from... maybe that one wasn't from Bunker. This one was from Bunker. Not that one, not that one. Could have been from Bunker. Absolutely from Bunker, the volcano. Not the conference calls, not the infinities, not the Lyutas. This one I think was from Bunker. From Bunker. Not the Norfleets. This gun. So yeah, we've got pretty decent luck with the World Drop Legendaries. That's the first one in a while we've seen, because I think the last one we saw was a Gub a few streams ago. My brother got a Deepa in OP2 6th run and first drop. Nice. We do have a Deepa. This is a Deepa on the Vita. I'm pretty sure it's level 61, so it's the maximum available. The thing with this version is that you can, if you transfer the character off to like a PS3 or 4, you can put higher level items in the inventory of the character, and it will display on here as, you know, level 72 is required. You just can't use it. But I'm like curious as to, you know, why does it even display level 72 if that was never, like, a conceivable idea on this version. My guess is that that code is just in the main game, and the UVHM 2-pack just unlocks it. So it could very well be in this port, and if somebody were to techie enough, they could probably unlock that, and then achieve higher levels. Ooh, grenade jump! Give me the thing, please, and thank you. It's all I ask. I did an assault rifle only axe, and I still have the character on my PS4. I just need to farm. Like you talking like farm for a 94 Sham or farm for other stuff? I can feel a Sham coming. I just know it. Also, I don't think Mr. Donut Lord's prediction of 6th run is accurate. I think we're past 6 runs. Free ammunition. We have max iridium, max money. I'm pretty sure I might have like 1 or 2 iridium things I can buy left. And I think they're just for the storage thing. The bank, the vault. So, we'll do those whenever we retreat from... We are definitely past 6. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Easy to detect legendaries. It kind of is, yeah. Like, the beam is a different enough shade to see it compared to money. Pearls, on the other hand, like, the beam color of the blue mixed with a green or a white on this version happens very frequently because the items all kind of converge onto the same spot to save memory. So the beams interlock very frequently, and they very frequently look like pearls. I bet you on one of these runs, and I bet you it won't take long, I can line up the beams and show you what I mean. But we'll get there. I could use a 94 Sham. Lol, 94 is coincidentally my lucky number. Well, I should get you over here and do this farm then. My lucky number seems to be 77. Actually, I didn't even show that off. I did not keep the third one, like I mentioned. But I have some of the Shams we have here. Here's the first 77, 81. These are just some Shams that we picked up along the way. 90's the highest we've found. And here's the second 77. And there's this shield. So, like, it's spitting in my face. And I'm not very appreciative of it. The first time was cool, because that's something that we haven't found, and that's something that I don't think anybody has ever found on the Vita version, a 77 Sham. The second time was like, yeah, okay. Still kind of cool. Have it happen twice. The third time is just insulting a man's honor, and so... Imagine you get a 93 Sham. If I get a 93 Sham, I will scream. No. You know what? I think I'd be okay with a 93 Sham, seeing as how, like, it's still a cool number to get, and it would be the highest one we've ever gotten. I'd probably dump one of the 80 Shams to keep that free spot. But, like... I don't know. We'll have to see. What's the highest Sham all of y'all have gotten? If you've done Sham farms. Like, I constantly see people doing story kills, and then the first story kill they do is a 94 Sham. And here I am at 1100 runs. You think I could get Fruit Ninja working on the Vita TV? Because it was on the Vita. There's a Fruit Ninja game that they made. I have it on my actual Vita. And I know if you mod the Vita TV, you can make regular games work on it. Hello. Just use the little touch pointer things that the Vita TV included. Try and play Fruit Ninja that way. I don't know my highest sham. Are you just trying to flex because you've found so many high-level shams before? Come on. I want to see a sham. I want to show people the cool things we have. Even that's kind of like nearing pearl. The blue and the greens together really kind of look pearlish. Pearlescent-ish. Why not collect it? Make myself feel good. Let me see if I can line those blue and greens up without... There, you can kind of see that blue and green right there on the left of the white. It kind of looks pearly. We could get so many more runs if the load times were faster, but I'm not complaining. Best sham I've gotten from all gameplay would be 80%, I think. What DLCs you have? DLCs on the Vita version were the Torg DLC, the Oasis DLC, and that was it for story, and then it got Gage and Krieg, and UVHM Upgrade 1, and some, like, cosmetic, like, skins or something, right? So that was all it acquired, and I don't know. it was a full version at some point, and then they went past that for updates. Probably they ran into a RAM limitation. They just couldn't handle the Tina DLC, or I mean, realistically, it should have been able to handle the Headhunters. Like, I feel like the Snowman DLC could easily have fit on here. It might need some serious optimizations, because it's kind of like one big area, but I still think it could have run fine on the Vita. Like, it's not doing too much. And if they got areas like Sawtooth Cauldron, mind you, running is not exactly the term I would use. Limping, maybe, but they got it on here, so they probably didn't want to do that twice. I remember getting legendaries in this game on the PS3, so rare. They are. They're more rare than Borderlands 3 for sure, and outside of that one event on Borderlands 4 not too long ago. You know, even that one too. If I say please, there's a guy up there. Don't hit me. Don't hit me yet. Ah. Thank God for the Sandhawk. Mr. Honest Liar, you're a G for the Sandhawk. I know he was also farming for a time for a 94 sham on here, but I don't think his luck was granting him any favors. Gotta do it soon. I'm down to the last 20 title cards for these thumbnails. Because I only made 50 of them. And we're on... I think we're on run 30. Like, stream 30. You better know your shield parts so you don't get hyped for nothing. Well, here's the thing. A, the textures from far away are so pixelated. It's just like, good luck trying to read that. And B... whenever one does drop, I like to have people try and guess before we look at the shield, because I know people know their item parts, right? So, having them guess before we get a really close look at it makes it more fun. Man, if we get a 94 sham from the gun, does it still count? I think it should. I'm sure Fred wants a break from the bunker farm. That's all this character has seen for so long. Always gotta check the match browser. Nobody is ever online. The multiplayer client for this game never received an update past version 1, so I'm not shocked that it that it has some Actually, you know what? I say that, and I'm still in the mindset that I had years ago about the multiplayer on this port. It's not bad. Like, it works. And it works the way you would expect it to work. Like, it's the only shaky part of it, I guess, is got some more follows on the TikTok. Thank you, my friends. The only shaky part of it is that, like, the regular crashing that the Vita has with this game can impact multiplayer. Like, one of you can load into an area and it'll crash, and, like, you know, they just won't be moving. But outside of that, like, the multiplayer is actually solid. We've had streams that are 2 hours, 2.5 hours long, and we've gone the entire stream without having any kind of hiccups. So, you know, it works, and it has in-game voice chat. Not that I recommend it, but like, it's technically there. Although the crappy thing about the PSTV is that the voice chat isn't really the best thing ever. Like, it doesn't really work, is what I mean. Like, you can pair a PS4 controller to the system, which is what I'm using right now, and you don't need to mod it or anything like that. It just works out of the box. But the headphone jack on the PS4 controller isn't used. Like, you can plug headphones in and it won't do anything. So the only way to get any kind of microphone is with a Bluetooth headset, and the Vita handles Bluetooth headsets, or at least Bluetooth mics, very poorly. So, and streaming-wise, the Vita TV can't split audio channels at all. So, all audio goes to the headset, or no audio goes to the headset, which wouldn't work very well, streaming-wise. Give me the Sham. I feel like that one Fairly Odd Parents meme with Timmy's dad with the empty trophy case. This is where I would put my 94 Sham. If only I had one. I'm hoping a pup skag does a world drop 94 Sham. Yeah, I don't think so. See all those posts on Reddit also, they're like, oh, check your piles. I've never gotten one legendary out of a pile before, and I check them obsessively. Like, it's like an ADHD thing where I just have to check every pile I see. And not once have I ever received a legendary out of one. Give me something cool! Please don't tell me we spend all of our RNG on the conference call. That would be very sad. I didn't bring a water bottle here with me this time, man. That's okay. We'll prevail. We'll survive. Got 1,085 likes on the TikTok. Thank you, my friends. That is much appreciated. Also, shift codes still work on here. If you were curious, you can still enter shift codes and get golden keys and everything on here. Cross-saving also works, so you can upload your save to a PS3 or PS4 and vice versa. Like, as long as your character on those systems isn't above level 61 or has items from those DLCs that aren't on the Vita, you can transfer. I mean, your character can have the items in their inventory. The only problem is that you just can't access or see them at all. Greatest game ever. Indeed, Mr. Slimy. What a name. It is the greatest game ever. We're doing it a disservice, maybe, some would say. The greatest game ever, probably the worst way to play it. Because I'm pretty sure a PC, like, without tampering with, like, the text files for stuff, you cannot get it looking like this and still running as crappy as it does. The best thing I got out of the trash box loot was an E-Tag. Is that even considered the best thing? The most expensive thing, maybe. But, best thing. I will say, though, the Doc Mercy mission, where you get to use that E-Tech assault rifle. I usually really hate that mission because of the E-Tech assault rifle. But when I was playing and streaming Borderlands 2 VR, I don't know what it was, like the E-Tech assault rifle was just the most satisfying thing ever to use. I don't know if it was because I had like full control of it and it was running at like 90 frames or something, but it was just so satisfying to use. It completely changed my outlook on the weapon. On controller, I hate it. But like when I have VR capabilities, I don't know. Pardon me. It is late. Mr. Lucas, are you playing on a PS3? That's an insult to the PS3, I think. No, we're not playing on a PS3. We're playing on a PS Vita. PlayStation Vita. The step down from the PS3 version, I would say. The PS3, like, playing this and then going to the PS3 version right after is like going from a PS3 to the PC version. Like, it's an insane change. Got another follow. Good lord, there's so many follows in the TikTok. Thank you, my friends. I saw another E-Tech. Just drop it right there. I'm looking right at it. Maybe I'll look away next time and then we'll get one. Like, sham farming on the PS3 does, like, sometimes it'll lag. Okay, it's a shotgun. Quick loader split. Okay. We got a conference call world drop earlier. Man. Was that 26 now? Yeah. OMG, this game looks so buns. No, you gotta look past the buns, the cheekage of it. It has charm. Why is it so zoomed in? That's just the FOV of this. You know, you can fix that by just holding your phone or whatever you're watching this on a little further from your face. We are playing with the physical version, though. The PSTV does support game cartridges, so, you know, 10 megabytes for a save file, which is probably the most, or the least amount of storage required for any kind of Borderlands. It's so laggy. No. It gives you more time to appreciate. That's your Wi-Fi, buddy. Yes. Gaslight the viewer into thinking it's their fault. No, it gives you more time to appreciate the finer things in life, like these loading screens. You probably have never seen or read so many hints from these loading screens until this stream. Again, the PS3 version comparative to this loads things like a champ, I will say. I do have an SSD in my PS3, so it's best case scenario, even though it's not using the SSD to its full capacity. But, Mr. Skeleton, welcome, my friend. How are we tonight? Is a Norfleet considered an E-Tech for having an E-Tech part while being a legendary? I don't know. That's a good question. We do have an Norfleet. But, like, yeah, it's not... yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. The audio is so compressed in this version, too. Like, you don't notice it until a fight like this, where there's a lot of stuff going on, and it's all very loud for some reason. Like, I have the sound turned down by 20 decibels, and even in my ears, it's still really loud. And it's just this fight, for whatever the reason. Bladed Sandhawk. We've got a lot of new people on the TikTok tonight. Appreciate you all. He's speaking in tongue. Oh wait, I was gonna look away for this one. I'll look away. The tips are the best part of the gameplay. Oh yeah. No, the gameplay looks like it's at 5 FPS, but his camera is like 1080p. 580 MP. Now the camera is an iPhone 10R that I have just hooked up with a cable. Man, they saw the look away coming. It predicted it. We did get a world drop volcano from you. This is insulting, just dropping a white weapon at this point of the game. I wish that was something Borderlands 4 fixed, was that by the time you get up to the really high levels, just don't give me white weapons. Like, forget them. I'm, like, never... You're not going to use them, and you're definitely not going to sell them, because there are things that are worth way more. I can only imagine the amount of time you have to take to farm boss drops. It's not the worst thing in the world, alright? The bunker area is one of the smaller areas in the game, so it loads it quickly. Relatively speaking. Extra B shield crunch. Oh yeah, the B shield is the best thing that ever happened to this game. Outside of the invisible bone shredder gun that they just forgot to add the texture and it just isn't there. Dang, TikTok's popping off tonight. It really is. It really is, and I'm all here for it. Wait, so what all DLCs can be bought on the PS Vita? Well, technically you don't buy them, because the Vita, no matter what version you get, if you do go the physical route, I mean, your mileage may vary because of the DLC codes expiring or being used. But if you buy it digitally, it comes with all the ones that were available for it. You cannot buy the game digitally without buying the DLCs. And I don't remember how much it goes for on the Vita store at the moment. I think it's $30 for the Vita version. Digitally, like you get all the DLCs plus the game. I think it's like, what I find is really impressive too. They managed to reduce the game, which on a PS3 or 360 with the same DLCs would be around like 20 gigs. They managed to compress that all the way down to like 7 gigs. So, if you're wondering why the textures look like buns, that's because the texture is probably like 25 megabytes or something. Something outrageous. Is that a warloader up there? I think it is. It's getting obliterated by the turret though. Oh my goodness. Magic. True, but try and farm the double herald. I bet you'd rather see paint dry at that point. I do have a double herald, and we did farm for it. I don't think I streamed it, but the herald that I do have is the Deepa. I don't think I farmed for it on camera. I think I just played the game on my own and got that one. It actually didn't take that long compared to other times I farmed for the gun. Health. Wait, I'm not in my spot. What ones come with it? Oasis, Torg, Gage and Krieg, UVHM Upgrade 1, and some random cosmetics for each of them. And the Skyrocket. I got the Skyrocket grenade for... Because that's what you want in a version like this. You want something that flies into the sky and causes massive explosions. Just make it even... Oh, I thought that was a pearl. You could have been so much better. The gun textures, surprisingly enough, are like decently detailed. Like, there's no way that Torg text should be as legible as it is on this version. Even in multiplayer, when you have somebody like all the way across the map, you can see their character model, and they move accurately. My goodness, there's so many texts on the TikTok. I'm appreciative of it. It's still crazy because they made it possible to play BL2 on PS Vita. It really is crazy. It came out in 2014. I think it came bundled with the Vita Slim. Like, that was the only way you could get it originally. So technically, it was like a $350 version of Borderlands 2. But yeah, it was my first way that I played Borderlands 2, and I I didn't know what Borderlands was at the time when I was a kid, so I was just playing it because it was an open world game on a handheld thing that I owned. So that's why I found it was cool. But never mind, you have it. I have what? What do I have? Oh, the depot. W stream BL2 on PS Vita goes hard. Indeed, it does. Physical version. We were playing PSTV. It has a game card slot, so I figured why not. This version get all the DLC? No, it did not. No Hammerlock DLC, and I feel like that's not a detriment to anybody. I feel like of all of them, that was everyone's least favorite. So no. What's the gun that everybody tries to get from that one? The Twister? Yeah, the Twister. What's the sniper that's really rare to get in the Oasis DLC? The blue sniper. Because technically it exists on here. If you're crazy enough to do that. The perfect hide of Terra also exists on here, but you would have to pay me several thousands of dollars to spend my time to try and find that. Because I don't think anybody's ever actually found one. Legitimately. I'm wondering if I'm just degrading the speakers in my headphones by playing this over and over and over. With all the crunch. Holy frames just don't die. I mean, they are holy. You pray that they get better, and they never do. What about the headhunters? No headhunters. And I was saying earlier, I feel like the Snowman DLC could have fit on here. Sure, it's like one big area, but I feel like they could have managed to do it. I don't know. They put the whole game on here, for Christ's sake. Like, they could have... they could have done it. They probably didn't want to do it, because it was a pain. And keep in mind, this is the better running version of the game. Because when it... Don't kill me! Because when it came out, and like, if you put the cartridge in the thing now, and you look at, like, the update log, it shows off all the changes they actually made to it to make it run better. Like, enabling the game to use as much RAM as possible. I don't know why that wasn't a thing. From the get-go. I just joined, but you don't mean the Cobra, do you? I think it is the Cobra. I think that, Mr. Matthew, thank you for saying that. Bro, this is BL2. How are the frames this bad? Clearly you don't own an air fryer. No, this is the Vita version. That should be enough. Enough of that. The Vita was misunderstood, alright? It didn't get all the love it needed. Was this game a little ambitious for it to maybe run smoothly on here? Maybe. But I'm glad it did. Because I feel like back then people weren't as... they didn't maybe care as much that the game ran like crap versus, you know, they're just kind of happy to have it. Like, I'm sure these days, if a game came out on the Switch and ran like this, and looked like this, people would be in uproar, especially since they'd be charging $120 for the game. But, you know, I was just happy to have it. And in all fairness, it does run. Like, we've streamed the whole thing from the start to now. And it runs. Like, and we did TVHM and UVHM in multiplayer too, and that runs. Okay, and I'm not even using a modded system. Like, you could use a modded system. Good night, hope you get enough rest. So do I, my friend. I gotta move stuff tomorrow. Do some moving. But was glad to have you, Mr. Zero. Glad you were here. Pray and say 94, I'm gonna leave the stream, and it makes sense now. Try exporting to a 3DS. I don't even think a 3DS cartridge could handle the whole game if you're trying to do it that way. I don't know. Maybe a new 3DS. How powerful is the new 3DS in comparison to a Vita? Because I know a Vita, like, kind of kicks the crap out of a regular 3DS, but I don't know what it is with a new 3DS. Because the new 3DS got Minecraft. Granted, that's maybe not the best version of Minecraft, but actually, you know what? It's probably not that close either. Just thinking about the Vita version of Minecraft, and it's leagues better than the 3DS version. Nerd. He's been doing the exact same swoop-ins the whole time. I'm wondering if we're maybe stuck in a loop. Maybe restart the game. Imagine trying to compress a PL3. Now, I thought they already did that with the Switch. Didn't they already do that? They put Borderlands 3 on the Switch, and now it doesn't even run on the Switch 2 because they failed to update drivers or something, or graphics. You know what? You're getting sandhawked. Oh! I missed! The bullets look too cool. The Lyuta lags the game more than the other guns because it's so big. Nah, the system would explode from BL3. I think you do. Drop me a Sham, dude. I'm gonna restart the game. My, I don't know. We used all of our RNG on a conference call I didn't even pick up because the one that we have is much better. You could have been better. Crap. 1,129 runs. Outrageous. I love this game. Top 5 games for me. I still play to this day. So do we. Hope you have a good night, man. Have a great stream. Thank you, Mr. Javi? Jade? I don't think that's how you say it, but however you say your name, appreciate you for being here. I'm restarting the game quickly, and if you were wondering, yes, we're on a Vita TV. This is what the menu looks like. Looks like a real Vita, except it has a power button and no PS3 remote play for whatever the reason. They didn't put it on here. There's Minecraft. It's also on here. I downloaded it on this one. Mr. Fatal, welcome, my friend. The new 3DS version is the worst version of Minecraft. Have you ever played Minecraft on a Chromebook? They charged $30 for Chromebook Minecraft, by the way. So that might be one of the worst versions. GN, homie, hope you have a good night and a good rest of your life, homie. So I hope you too as well, my friend. Great seeing you here. The TikTok was really popping off tonight. Appreciate you all for being here. Did you play this game on the Vita back in the day, like casually? I did. When I was how old was I? 12 or 13, I think, is when I downloaded it on the Vita myself. I didn't know what Borderlands was. Like, I had no idea what Borderlands was as a series or as a concept. I was just happy to have an open world game on, like, a handheld device. And you could drive in it, so that was also cool. It was also a selling point for me. So, yes. And then as time went on, you know, got a PS3, PS4, got it on those systems. I still found myself coming back to the Vita version. Just, it has a certain charm to it that the other versions don't have. I don't know. It's from an era where they were trying to do the impossible. Like, sure, Minecraft got ported, and sure, what are some other ports that made it to the Vita? PlayStation All-Stars, but that's not really a huge game. The Amazing Spider-Man got ported to the Vita with the swinging open world. That one hurts sometimes to play, but you know what? It's still a fun game. And this one was huge. And outside of its graphical imperfections and performance hitching, and some lack of DLC, it's still a full Borderlands 2 experience. All right, it's the full game. You can play the story from start to finish. There's 2 story DLCs. You can get up to level 61. There's pearls. There's UVHM. There's like raid bosses. Like, you have the game here, right? Minecraft is always fun to play, for real. It is fun to play, but That's an insane name, but thank you for the follow, TikTok. It is fun to play, but the 3DS, because I have the 3DS version, I have it for my new 2DS XL. It has some unique things that it does. Controlling it with the C stick is kind of difficult to do. Like, pushing a nub that doesn't move can get really crampy very fast. And the performance, like, people thought they would always rag on the Vita version back in the day, and then this came out, and then it was like, okay, it wasn't that bad. It could have been worse. Does it have all the DLC? No, it does not have all the DLC. It has the Torg, Oasis. Oh, we finally did something different. Torg, Oasis, Krieg, Gauge, UVHM Upgrade 1, and Cosmetics DLCs. Those are the only ones I think that it got. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But to my knowledge, there's no Digistruct Peak, there's no Sir Hammerlock, there's no Tina, no Headhunters, which is a little bit of a bummer. So if you want to farm for a conference call on this version, outside of transferring your save to a PS3 or PS4, you have to do it through the Warrior, or in our case earlier, get it from Bunker, because we got a conference call. Can you give me the thing, please, and thank you? I've been very patient with you. I also didn't bring my water over with me, so it'll be really nice. Aw, no, Tina, I remember this looking way better. On the Vita, or just in general? Because your memory might not be deceiving you. It just might be your eyes. Man, dude. Or Pearl. Drop me a Pearl or something. Give me a reason to keep going. Enough of them in this pile. What? At least it makes it really easy to see stuff. Vita. Okay, to be fair, it does look better. There's a Herald. It does 1 out of 4,000 to obtain. Don't worry, only 2,871 runs left at worst. Okay, here's the thing. We have achieved the rarity. Because the 77 Sham is the same 0.0034% chance. We have 3 of them. We've acquired 3 77 Shams on stream. So it's not a matter of hitting the rarity, it's a matter of just getting it on the right end of the spectrum. But for the look of the game, to be fair, I'm running it on PS TV that's blowing it up to a... I don't even know how big this TV is, 45-inch, and then running it through a capture card, and you're watching it on a screen that's at, like, probably minimum 1080p resolution. This game is meant to run at a 540p resolution on a Vita screen. So blowing it up to this size is not doing it any favors. So I can confirm when you play it on a handheld, it does look way better than this. It looks way sharper, and especially if you're playing on an OLED, the colors look really nice. It really pops. A game like this with its cel-shaded architecture really pops on an OLED screen. 94% is the reason. Indeed it is. Is it heating up? The Vita TV? No. That's the thing with the Vita, is that even when you're playing graphically intensive games, the thing never seems to heat up. And there's no fans in it either. Like, it's... They did do a good job, at the very least, of making sure that the games didn't crash the console from overheating. It's just lack of RAM that will crash it. And no, this is just how it always performs. Does the stream make it look worse? Is it really, like, always tend to... It is, yes. This fight, there's a lot going on. There are some areas, and this is the funny thing about the Vita version. Outside of the PC version, which you can, you know, force it to run at an unlocked frame rate, the Vita version is the only other version of the game that runs at an unlocked frame rate. PS3 doesn't. PS4 doesn't. Because it runs it at 60, but it can't go higher. PS3 runs it, and 360 run at 30, but can't go higher. The Vita can go up to 60. There are some very few areas in the game, specifically right at the beginning with Claptrap, where you can achieve 60 frames, and then it can go all the way as low as this. I was thinking of getting a Vita. Does the store still work, or should I just mod it? The store still works. It's kind of a pain to set up currency stuff on it now, because you can't add it directly on the store. But I would say, just for like the sake of cost, because you're probably going to spend a decent amount of money on the Vita anyway, maybe just mod it, and I won't tell anybody that you modded it to get the PKGJ application where you can just download all the games for free, but I'm not telling you to do that. W for going for 94%. Remember watching Jolts do it years ago. Is that implying that it took him years to get it? Mod it and put 16 gigs of DDR5 in it. Oh, I wish. Just inject more RAM. That would be pretty cool, though. Like, if somebody really hacked the crap out of the Vita, if it's possible to, like, make a virtual swap file where it just starts using system memory as RAM instead of whatever the 512 megabytes of VRAM that it had, or system RAM, or both. There's a DS version? What are you talking about, brother? There's no DS version of Borderlands. If it is, it's that Nokia flip phone version they made forever ago. Does it have like 6 bytes of RAM or something? 6 bytes of RAM. Listen to this guy. It has more than that. It's sad that, the processing power within the DualSense is probably almost as powerful as the entire Vita. That's the sadness of it all. The PlayStation Portal is probably more powerful than the Vita was. Sit down! I thought he dropped some. Sometimes the beams look a little legendary-like from far away. 12, probably like 5. Yeah, it is 512 megs of RAM. Same as the PS3. The PS3 had 512 megs total, 256 for the GPU and 256 for the system, but the Vita is much slower RAM. So it's not, and the PS3 also had the cell processor to back it up. Whereas this had like a theoretical 8-core processor, but not really an 8-core processor for the time. Like, don't let this game cloud your judgment of what the Vita is capable of doing. It's capable of giving some really fun, graphically impressive experiences. It's just, this game was not designed for the Vita, and it shows, because trying to port a full console game 2 years after it's come out is a challenge. Especially on something that was handheld and made in 2011. I'll hit you with the Sandhawk. What if I melee him with the Sandhawk? You think we'll get the Sham then? We have got like 38 Shams. It's not that we haven't gotten Shams before, it's just we haven't gotten one in a while. I like how they just disappear. Yeah, they do. That's also something to cut costs for performance on the Vita, is that there's no... Okay, there is ragdoll physics. Like, if you run an enemy over and they don't die, they'll go into ragdoll. Or if you kill Doc Mercy, he'll go into ragdoll and stay like that. He'll just bounce around everywhere. But enemies, yes, to save on performance, they will not turn into ragdoll, because that would start crashing the game very quickly. So they just explode, and even then you can turn off the blood. Like, you can censor the gore, and then they'll just quite literally disappear. If if I got a Vita, it'd be an RPG machine for me. Like Digia or Final Fantasy and stuff. It does have those. Or I don't know about that first one, but I know it has Final Fantasy. And you can play a whole bunch of PS1 games on it. Some PS2 games did get ported officially and unofficially. PSP, you can run Adrenaline on it, so you can just fully load into the PSP operating system and play PSP ISOs that way. What else can it do? There's like fan-made homebrew, so you can play, that PT demo that came out for the PS4 forever ago, and you can no longer get. Somebody remade that, but on the Vita. Super Mario 64, like the original version, got ported over. What else? What else is on there that I got? Nanosaur, the original Nanosaur from the 1999 iMac is on there. I have that one. Bugdum, somebody ported that also from the iMac. There's just some weird, cool ports that they put on there that you never think of, but they're there. I want somebody to port Demos Rising to it. I loved that game as a kid, and it was on Windows for a time, but it's like you can't find the full version online really easily anymore. But I have like the game, I have the applications disc for an eMac, and the game was on there, so I can play the full version on older computers. Do you have the OLED screen? I do have the OLED screen one. I have a couple of them. My main one died. The battery controller chip started freaking out, so it just was not able to sustain power or give correct battery percentage, and no matter if I modded it and did the battery fixer thing, it didn't fix it. So I went back to my slim LCD Model 1, the blue one that I bought with my own money back in the day. Load times is diabolical. No. It lets you reflect on life. You get to actually read and take to heart what the tip screens are telling you and everything. I think it's actually sitting right behind me. Forget that you can shoot those half the time. I don't know if you could shoot them out of the air, though. Where are you? I need a Sham, and you're the one who's gonna give it to me. Brother, it's not funny anymore. What are you doing? They're coming out of the ground. And there we are. But yes, I have my LCD one here, the blue one, the North American blue one, because I'm in Canada and this was what was at EB Games at the time. Bought it brand new. So it works like a charm. The speakers on the slim one are so much better than the OLED. Unless my OLED one just had really crappy speakers, but from my testing at least, the slim ones are way better. Battery life is also going to be better on a slim just because the OLED takes more power to operate. What else? They redesigned the buttons on the Slim as well to make them easier to press. Like the start and select buttons are easier to press, and the PlayStation button and the touchpad on the back wasn't so big. Like they give you more of like a finger rest on the back, so that's nice. Canada, hell yeah. Oh yeah, a fellow Canadian, I see. A maple syrup. Other stereotypical Canadian things. I don't know where the Canadian accent comes from. It's probably Newfoundland or something. Because in Ontario, we just talk like regular people. If at least I think so. I don't know. Maybe I sound weird to you. That is entirely possible. Absorption shields have a chance to absorb all damage and add the bullets to your reserve when you are shot. Great for gunzerkers. It would be great if you gave me the damn shield. There's another hint for adaptive shield. Or that's adaptive shields. Never mind, that's different. Okay. I used to always run with adaptive shields when I play it. I just love the fact that, especially early game, they kind of make you, if you find a good one, they kind of make you invincible. Because a lot of the enemies will use fire weapons. And for whatever the reason, I feel like adaptive shields do the best with fire damage. I think because fire guns already do reduce damage to shields, and then having that extra damage reduction from the absorption, or the adaptive. Hey, Mr. Donald, welcome back, my friend. How are we? How was the hiatus? Let's go sleep stream. There we go. My boyfriend is Quebecy. I'm sadly a US boyo. You know what? We're all people at the end of the day. It is what it is. Things will happen. Mindsets will change. But at the end of the day, we're all just people trying to have a good time. PS Vita BO2 is my childhood. Would play with a kid from New York every day after school. No way. That's an insane story. We have, when we did our stream, we streamed the whole story from normal Vault Hunter to UVHM. And from TVHM to UVHM, we did it with multiplayer with Mr. Honest Liar, who found the stream on YouTube on his side. I'm pretty sure he lives like halfway across the world from me. He found the stream, loaded up his own Vita, joined in, and we made it a thing that every time I streamed the game, he would join in. And it was the best thing ever. It's the best thing ever. That just works. And it works so well on the Vita. Like, more than you'd think it would. Can you do the thing, please? Can you do the thug shake? Taking too long. Holy crap. Is he stuck in... Okay, there we go. You better give me a quick kill for that. It's a quick kill, thank God. We can use Sandhawk. The save station hitched the game. There's that, and I can always tell when someone joins the game, because there's a very specific set of hitches that it does. Maple syrup, snow, saying sorry in Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons are in the US now. I don't know how good they are compared to Canadian ones, but even Canadian ones are kind of starting to slip a little bit. They got rid of the steak and cheese panini a long time ago, and I've been salty ever since. And they got rid of the good crispy chicken sandwich. Like, I remember the commercials when that thing came out. It was generational. Actually, I'm gonna keep you alive if I die. Alright, your time is up. Brother, please. Don't be making this the longest sham run of all time. Is that the one annoying SMG? Which one? The Slaga? The Slaga's not annoying. It's useful. And it's borderline a slur. Was watching an old show, I knew it was Canadian because of the way they pronounced the word sorry. What's wrong with the word sorry? How do we say it differently? Damn, what's the SMG that makes the game lag? They all do. If I shoot it at a wall. There's frame rate for you. You know what I don't see? A sham! It's friggin' nighttime! Brother, that took so long. I don't remember the last time we actually saw the sun set in this fight. Outside of when I've been looking at an item or waiting for sham guesses. Dude. Let's not do that again. That was a very long run. Do you ever play BL2 on PC? I sometimes do. I have a little, the Lenovo, Legion Go handheld PC thing, and I have like my Steam profile or whatever, so I have the game on there, and it runs well. That's what the Vita version should have been on there. So I will occasionally play it there, but usually I'll play it on the PS3 or the Vita. Like I feel like most times if I'm actually sitting down to play it, I will play it on the PS3. I don't know why. I have much better ways of playing it, but I don't know. That's just who I am, unfortunately. The Sandhawk. That's the one that you were referring to. Oh, I thought you had the one annoying SMG that makes you heavy. Oh, the Bane? The Bane that screams at you whenever you shoot it? Should we do that? Do a Bane only run? Has anyone ever done that? That would be like a 36-hour run, I think. If not longer. I think it's safe to say that my run 6 guess might have been wrong. It might have been a slight miscalculation. Ever so slightly. Dang, when you said crispy chicken sandwich, now you have me wanting to eat a crispy chicken sandwich. No, not gonna. I'm surprised Mr. Donut Lord didn't chime in about the chicken sandwich. That's his thing. If ever there becomes a way to ship things internationally, food-wise, that makes it so perishable items don't go bad, he's getting... I'm pretty sure... I think we settled on 1,000 chicken sandwiches. That was the magic number. I'm so glad the RPG loaders don't make their way up here, because that would just be an extra layer of annoyance. We gotta see one Sham before the end of the night, come on! Or anything at this point. We seem to have a bad luck run of RNG after we got the conference call right at the beginning. Yeah, I thought you had the Bane SMG. Oh, trust me, you'd know if I had the Bane. There is no mistaking that gun for anything else. Not gonna lie, I was zoned out for like 5 minutes there. Ah. You snooze, you lose. Minus 1,000 chicken sandwiches. Huh. You get messed up. You can see the health regen fighting against the DPS. Give me the thing. Mr. Slushman, welcome, my friend. I think Lil Gas Mask did a Bane only run. Oh my god. That's insane to think about. Ooh! It's because I don't have water. I'm gonna go get my water bottle after this. Fill it up, come back. Maybe that's what we're missing. We're missing hydration. I feel my body yearning for fluids. What the hell? What's the corrosive SMG? It's called the Sandhawk. It's from the Oasis, the Pirate Scarlet DLC. It's one of the quest reward items. It's really good, but it's really annoying to farm because you have to read-only farm it, and if you're not on a PC, that's annoying to do. Give me 1 second, I'm going to get water. have acquired the water. My cool Yeti Apple logo water bottle. People with the full game version. Excuse me, hold on a second. And DLC are so lucky. Do you not have the DLC? I mean, we're playing on the Vita version, so I would hardly call this the full version of the game. But if you're somebody who doesn't have the DLC, I will say keep an eye out for sales. Or if you're somebody on console, even if you like, well, it's a little different on console. Because like if you buy the Handsome Collection, you're getting all the DLC for Borderlands 2 on the disc anyway. So, but if you're on PC, I would say keep an eye out for sales. Borderlands frequently goes on sales, and you can very easily find like bundled deals that give you most, if not all, the DLC at the same time. I'm chugging hella water right now, actually. Gotta stay hydrated. Exactly. I usually bring my water bottle over here, but I didn't this time, but now I do. So, we're all good. The voice has been rejuvenated. It does not sound as rough as it was sounding, or at least it doesn't sound as rough as it was feeling. Come on! I need to show the good people a Sham. I'll just, like, turn my screen off and then just drop a Sham and then turn the screen back on. Oh, we found a Sham. I only have the game that makes my level max at 50. What do you play the game on? Like, what console, or do you play it on PC? Holy crap, why is he taking forever? There we go. At least it's a quick kill. Let me at him. I will also say, if you're farming him and you don't have access to the Oasis DLC, meaning you don't have access to the Sandhawk, the Corrosive Infinity Pistol also works very well. Get an on level one, and it works decently well. It's not nearly as fast as the Sandhawk, but it works good enough. Or like a Corrosive Lyuta. And just hit the critical spots. PS3. Okay. What I will say to you then is look online, look on, if you're able, look on eBay or your local marketplace or an old game store if there's one near you, and look for the Borderlands triple pack. The triple pack comes with, even if you already own Borderlands 2, it comes with 2 Blu-rays. One of them has Borderlands 1, 2, and the pre-sequel on it. And the second disc has all of the DLC for all 3 games on it. And because it's a physical PS3 thing, it's most likely going to be cheaper than going on the PS3 store and buying all the DLC. So, that's my advice to you. Find the Borderlands triple pack. I would say maybe stay away from the Game of the Year edition because it doesn't come with all the DLC. It doesn't come with UVHM Upgrade Pack 2 for whatever the reason, so you'd only be able to maximize at level 61. And I don't think it comes with the Raid on Digistruct Peak, so you don't get any OP levels either. So that's my advice to you, is to do that. I use the Corrosive Bane. Herb the Fast Turtle. Is that right? That seems counterintuitive to what your name is. I know all of my legendaries thanks to my best buddy that helped me with this game. That's a core memory right there. This is the kind of game where if you have a friend that's really knowledgeable about it, it can make it, like, I guess, that much more better. Because, like, that friend becomes, like, this encyclopedia of knowledge that you can just kind of consult. And, like, you feel like you're, like, they're helping you kind of weave through the mystery of this game. Like, because there is so many things that you can find in Borderlands games. whether it's guns or shields or whatever kind of gear or special locations or good chess locations or ways to farm bosses or good builds for characters. Like, there's so many things in this game, and having that kind of friend just makes it all the more better because you're working through the game together at that point, right? Like that friend that's knowledgeable is teaching you and bringing you through hurdles and having fun doing it at the same time, in my opinion. He knows everything about this game, like literally, or Minecraft. Oh, for like having a friend that's knowledgeable about Minecraft. That too. Whew, this was quick. I'm convinced to just like restart the console too. Does that change RNG? Something is very loud. It's like we've been getting nothing. Maybe it's the day of the week. Maybe I have to go in and change the calendar or something on here, and I don't know. I'm starting to get into my superstitious mode, and I have to look out the window and make a wish upon a shooting star or something. I have this music burned into my brain. Isn't there a location called the Fireburn? Are you talking, what are you talking? There's always a piece of money that lands right with this pile, and I think it's a sham. Firestone? I know Firestone is the location. That's like the first location you go to in Borderlands 1. And you do go back to it in Borderlands 2. Eventually. It's a little changed. It's the Arid Nexus Badlands, I think, is what it's referred to in Borderlands 2. But it's the same place. Frostburn. Oh yeah, there's Frostburn Canyon. Would you keep Bunker as a pet? No. I would not. Unless he promised to give me unlimited 94 shams. I would not. It would not be a good relationship. It would not be a constructive relationship, I feel. Okay, I'm restarting the console. I'm that petty. There's no restart button, so I have to get up and turn it on myself. Enjoy the black void that says Elgato, no signal. I have to give it a sec. I don't think this console has the ability to turn itself on when you hit the PlayStation button. It's kind of a really weird thing that it didn't have, considering the PS3 had it. And this came out several years after the PS3. Oh my god, this cable's shorter than I thought. I gotta reach that on button. Yeah. Give me life. There we go. Back in business. Welcome back to the... There's just no startup screen thing. They didn't keep the Vita's swipe to unlock thing. It's just... Here's the thing. Here's the menu. Here's the trophy screen. Here's PS4 remote play. Which, by the way, if you know anything about the Vita, you'll know that the Vita only remote plays the PS4 at 540p maximum with 60 frames per second. The PSTV will actually stream it, and you can set the signal to 720p, and it makes the PS4 remote play look actually serviceable. But to be fair, that was one of its selling points when it did come out, was that you can stream, and they advertised it on the box too. You could stream your PS4 to this thing, and the idea was is that you could have the PSTV in a different room in your house and still be able to play your PS4 games, which in theory it kind of works, but the network chip inside of the PSTV was not good enough to do that in any kind of non-annoying capacity. Elgato No Signal. It's a hell of a game title. Indeed it is. Surprised nobody's made some horror game revolving around the Elgato scene of thing being attacked by all the kind of different capture cards they've made over the years. Yeah, the Frostburn Canyon. The blue color SMG from the Frostburn Canyon. Oh, the Lasco. The one that's in the water, right? Like the in the frozen water. The Lasco is it's a really decent SMG early on. Yeah, look at me go. Look at my memory go. I'm not gonna mention what I called it on stream too. I should have known what this was called, but I sorely mispronounced what it was. How it'd be when you're comfortable, but you gotta get it for something though. Yeah, really. This rocking chair has been in this house forever. The footrest I have, unfortunately, does not rock. But it's a hell of a lot better than the one that used to be here. I used to have, like... I don't even know where we got this from. I don't know why we took it from my grandma's place. Or what is now the cottage. But it was like this little... It wasn't even that tall. It was like a bathroom stool for, like, a 4-year-old when they're not tall enough to reach the sink. I don't know how that ended up becoming the footrest here, but it did. And now there's actually a proper footrest, so... yeah. But it doesn't rock with the chair. The rocking footrest is down in the other room for some reason. I had a chair that doesn't rock. What are you gonna do? Yo, I started my Borderlands journey with BL2 on the Vita. You actually streamed from it? Oh yeah, we're streaming from it. I'm shocked as to how many people, today even, started their Borderlands journey on the Vita. Like, I'm shocked. I didn't think there existed that many people. They're all coming out of hiding. Mr. Chase, how are you doing today, bro? I'm doing swell. How are you doing, my friend? But yes, we are streaming from an actual Vita. Well, we're streaming from a PlayStation TV, which is a PlayStation Vita without the screen, without the back touchpad. It's a little box that plugs into your TV, has the memory card slot, has an HDMI port, Ethernet port, which is very nice, and a game card slot, because we're playing the actual physical version of Borderlands 2 on the Vita. Looks god-awful, though. No. It's got charm! You're looking at charm! You're looking at hopes and prayers and dreams that maybe didn't come to full fruition. As Aunt May once said, in order to be steady, we need to give up the thing we want the most, even our dreams. Hence Borderlands 2 on the Vita. Give me the thing! I've done everything I could to make it better. I've restarted the game, I've restarted the console. What more do you want from me? My organs? It's not WoW, Axton. You haven't seen WoW. You're settling for scrap. Man. No, I don't want the options. Also, if you know about the Claptrap Easter egg thing in the menus, it works on here. We tried it. I thought it looked amazing back then. I swear when I played on the Vita, it was 120 FPS. I think you might have hit your head a little too hard. No, but it does look better on the handheld because it's a 540p game running on a 540p screen, and especially if you had an OLED one, it looked way better. So yeah, this is blowing up a 540p image to this size of screen, and then screen capturing it with a 1080p capture card is not going to look better. I'm a bad man. I just killed another scientist. You want to give me some context, Mr. Fatal? Are you playing Jetpack Joyride? You just gun down a scientist with a machine gun jetpack? There's a butcher on the screen. Okay, but back then I didn't know anything either, other than 25. Okay, you know what? That's fair. I suppose 25 FPS could look like 120 FPS if all you've ever seen is 25. Now 26 FPS would look like 120 because that's a step above what you're used to. You know, this version can run at 60. It's an unlocked frame rate for whatever the reason. None of the other console versions are. This one is, so when you're in the claptrap area right at the beginning, once all the blowing snow clears, if you go to the beginning part of the map and look up into the sky, it'll run at 60. And the Terramorphous Arena will run at 60 in some places. Not when he's active, but it will run at 60 when you're looking at some of the corners. It's the weirdest thing ever, but it works. Sandhawk! It works! The one and only Otis. I feel like I've heard that username before. You want to share an ice cream cone? I would love to share an ice cream cone. I'll take the small part of it because I'm diabetic, but, you know, I'll give you the most of it. Who's here? Hurry up! I hear him floating in! What are you shooting at? You can't be here. This is the Sham splash zone. Right there. We gotta watch it drop right there. Give me something. Anything. This happened the last time we had a whole bunch of people watching. On YouTube, we had 180 people watching, and the final run of the night, we finally got a Sham. I'm not saying that's gonna happen this time, but, like, that day was insane, and I didn't even have anything to show anybody, and I felt bad. Okay, how about this? You get your own ice cream cone, and I taste it from your sweet... Oh. That's quite the pickup line. I mean, 94 Sham coming your way. There we go. Now we're back on track. We're back on topic. 94 Sham coming your way. I sure as hell hope so. This is ridiculous. Also, shift code work. Here we go. Shift code. You can enter shift code. Cross save work. Matchmaking work, but no one's on matchmaking. You know, fun stuff. The one thing I was disappointed that didn't actually transfer over to the PSTV, because here's the thing, for a game to work on the PlayStation TV, it needs a software update that game developers put out, and if a game developer didn't, like Uncharted, then it won't work on here. You can mod it to a system to work, but officially it doesn't. They added an update to make this game work on here. Yet half of the things don't work. Like the gyro controls, because the Vita version had gyro controls for aiming. They don't work on the controller. Also, all of the sprites or icons for button inputs, like if I go into my inventory, it still shows the back touchpad things, which are now like R3 and L3. I don't know. It was just a weird time. Like they went out of their way to update the game to make it work on the PSTV. I don't know. I don't know. Am I intruding on something? I have no idea, Mr. Vladimir. I have no idea. I do have a ring on my finger. I will just point that out. I am an engaged man of many talents. Is that an EXP loader on my floor? It is. Stay up there, sir. You're not permitted down here. Can't seem to find any active shift codes that aren't expired on console. There are some that still work. Like, I know there's some that work no matter what. Like, they don't have expiration dates. You have to go to certain sites, and they have the codes there. Like, I've looked them up. I don't think they're expired. And if not, for whatever reason, go on Twitter and just follow shift code accounts, and they'll sometimes post codes on there for the older games. Don't give up hope. They exist. Uh-oh. I reloaded at the wrong time. Parkour. Shared the live. Nice. Wait, this is Vita BL2? It is Vita BL2. See the thing? Vita, PlayStation Vita, that's a jet loader. It is Vita on the BL2, or... Stop. I hate jet loaders on this version, they're so annoying. Brother, you've gotta stop messing with me, man. Drop the shield! I feel like I've seen the same cool looking items over here. Over and over. Please. The run counter is getting too big. Ring or not, $20 is $20. When did money start coming into this conversation here? That poor scientist begged for mercy. What are you talking about, Mr. Fatal? Please give us some context. We got a lot of follows tonight on the TikTok. I appreciate every single one of you for that. That's insane. This is by far the most followed day. That just sounds like you're stalking me, but this is the day with the most follows by far. Got to go to work as a ranch hand tomorrow, and I'm up at 12 playing Pokemon. Just caught a shiny. Hey, priorities. Nah, but that's all right. Getting the dough. I respect the grind. You got to do what you got to do sometimes. Is your Vita modded, Mr. Dot? No. It's not modded, purely because when we did the stream for Borderlands 2 on the Vita originally, we wanted to see what the experience would have been like back in the day if you were to pick up Borderlands 2 on the Vita and just play it. Right? Because there's very little video evidence of this game out there, and I don't think there, outside of the thing that we did, I don't think there's any evidence of somebody playing from start to finish. And if there is, it's most likely somebody just like recording, like pointing their phone at a Vita screen. And it's also from like 14 years ago. So, no, it's not modded. And that's okay. The game works just fine without the mods. And we are using a PS TV, so technically using the Vita graphics and overclocking wouldn't be too bad because there's no battery that we have to worry about killing extra quickly. I don't know how much strain it puts on the the power supply, pulling more than it should be. For real, Bossman will understand when he sees how cool this hip looks. I don't know my Pokemon very well. The only Pokemon game I ever had was, well, I still have it, but Heart Gold on the DS. I'm caught. There, look at it go. Whee. No Sham. He's not dropping it up there. We already confirmed it can't drop up there. I thought at the beginning I was so worried that I was missing Shams because it clipped inside of him and then we couldn't get it. But after we did find Shams dropping from the sky, then we realized it didn't do that, and I'm lucky because it slowed down the runs so much just trying to like parkour our way up there. Run 1140. I just made a new gun to bully more scientists with. Are you playing Half-Life 2 or something, Mr. Fatal? Or Gary's mod? Hopefully you're playing a video game. got cold all of a sudden. I don't know why. It was like 20 degrees, 25 degrees the last few days. And then today it's 12 and rain. It's supposed to be that way for like the next week. I forget the name of this gun. It's a legendary of some kind. On the screen currently. That's okay. How long have we been going for? Almost 2 hours. The Emperor. Good man. I don't remember where you get the Emperor from. You can blast the limbs off any Hyperion loader. Want to slow him down? Play on a Vita. Everything's slow. I almost think, like, am I running up here too quickly and it's just doesn't have time to process, you know, adding a Sham into the loot pool? I don't know. I think last stream we got a Sham. I don't think we've been held to 2 streams in a row without a Sham for a while. Whoa, can't go back down here. Really wish the whole area down there would unrender so that way it freed up some performance. I don't know how much performance that area down there is really eating up, but whatever. Fire rate. You learn how to play around the lag after farming this guy long enough. You learn how to... It's really a culture shock using a PS4 controller with a game that controls like this. I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's just something you have to do on your own. But, like, usually when you pick up a PS4 controller, you're playing a game that runs decently and doesn't hitch all the time. I hear a warloader. Hello. Where are you? What the? How did you get there? Ah. The one thing I hated about BL2 Vita was that you had to use the back buttons. They were awkward. Oh yeah. Oh, look at customization. The RNG is back to step on my feet. Yeah, the back touchpad, I didn't have as big of a problem with it as most people seem to have. I don't know why. Like, the sprinting felt natural. Like, oh, I'm running. Oh, I'll just flick my finger on the back and then I start sprinting. Like, that was okay. The melee kind of got annoying sometimes. Especially if you had to, like, spam the melee. But it wasn't the end of the world, I would say. It is definitely weirder than all the other versions, but... You know. The Assassinate the Assassin's quest you can farm from the mini-boss. Ah, okay. Spent too much time on BL2. Actually, you can't spend enough time on BL2. Why are we playing this in the worst settings? Oh, here's the thing. Even on the worst settings on PC, I don't think you can get it to look this bad or run this worse. Or run this bad all at the same time. We're playing on a PS Vita. Which means handheld gaming from 2014. Nah, it's just super laggy. Nah, check your internet. No, I'm not gonna do that. Mr. Donut Lord was doing to people earlier. Check your internet. It's your no. This is just how the game ran on the PS Vita, and to be fair, in normal Vault Hunter mode, it runs a little better than this because there's not so much particle effects and elemental weapons being used. Not like that Wi-Fi laggy from frames. Yeah, I know. I'm kidding. Relax. This is just how the game was. I can forgive it running on a handheld, but playing it on the TV, it's kind of like, why would I do this over playing on a PS3 or better? You wouldn't, unless you're doing this. That's just your Wi-Fi, buddy. There he is. Mr. Big, welcome, my friend. How are we? I'm playing BL1, the Claptrap DLC, and Marcus says that we're going to travel to Eden 6 way before it ever came out. Oh, really? I've never played the Borderlands 1 DLCs. I'm waiting till we stream Borderlands 1 again on the PS3 to do that, and we're going to do it in multiplayer, hopefully. I had no idea he referenced Eden 6 that early. I mean, you know, it's same principle as probably, you know, George Lucas with Star Wars, right? Like, you know, they had all this stuff set up before, and you can kind of dive into it whenever you want later on. So, you know, it is what it is. Let me just swoop some of that up. Brother, what are you firing at? I could do without the buzzards too, that'd probably help performance mildly. Like, just don't spawn them in, I got it. I can take on the rest of them myself. I want to see somebody try and rocket jump on the Vita version. See if it's even possible. Still to this day, I haven't got a 94 Sham. The closest I've had was an 89. That is a real sham, my friend. The closest we've ever gotten was is a 90. I have it in my inventory, but we've also had 377 Shams on this. Whoa, that's very blue. 377 Shams from farming on this character. And they've been all on stream, so I'm not making stuff up. It's just really good RNG, but on the worst side of the... Oh, there's an E-Tech just to spit in my face even more. Why couldn't you be a sham? Or, like, quite literally anything else. Okay. 1,142. I feel like Mr. Krabs ringing the bell. Their consecutive days open. Yeah, lol, he was gonna say more stuff, but got bonked in the head. He was gonna spoil all the rest of the Borderlands games. Is level 61 the max on the Vita version? It is the max. It did not get the UVHM Upgrade Pack 2, therefore it only got 11 more levels past level 50. So, that's okay. Although, I will say, Mr. Strange, who's a long-time viewer of the YouTube channel, he does a lot of tinkering with this version, in particular the code of this version on PC with an emulator. And he was able to get the level cap, or at least like the displayed level cap, higher than level 61. Because I think he joined... I don't think he joined my game, but I could see on like the main menu thing that his level was at like level 64 or something. Which was a little strange, I thought at first, but...
Who won?
Montreal. But, you know, it's one of those things where it's not, like, actually... Or I think also somebody... I can't remember who it was. Somebody managed to bypass the level cap, like, in terms of skill points with their character, and then transferred it back onto the Vita. And they were just able to one-tap everything, because enemies will only ever max out at, like, level 63, I think. But his character had all the different skill points and extra damage to go along with it. So then, playing the game isn't, you know, you're not really playing the game anymore at that point. It's just more of a proof of concept sort of thing. I hate it when he's over here because it takes the longest to kill him. I wonder. No, that's not that's not it. Sometimes on my PS3 character I'll use the Lyuta and spam the crap out of it on the critical spot, but it's not the fastest thing ever. It works. On Borderlands 1 360, I'm pretty sure all DLC is free because I never once bought them before I can play them. They still cost money, but what version of the game are you playing? Because if you had Borderlands 1 Game of the Year edition, or Borderlands the triple pack for Borderlands, then you got the DLCs included in those, like, for free. I don't know. I'm guessing maybe you, like, installed it with a different disc if you had the Game of the Year edition. They're free if you're on your Xbox One or Xbox Series X. Oh, really? Like, they're free if you load the 360 version on those consoles? Or are you talking, like, the Handsome Collection on those ones? Because, yeah, the Handsome Collection gives you all the DLCs, but the Mr. Biggs said the 360 version, so I'm not sure if he was talking that version specifically or what. I apologize for not having any shams to show you guys. You guys have been awesome, and I'm lacking on my end here. My family hated me for weeks because I would do the psycho character lines. Oh, the Krieg's lines. What are some good psycho lines? I'm trying to think. I don't know. I know there's a couple other lines that are just funny. Like when you're just killing guys, like, "What's your name?" "No." I just have Borderlands 1 regular. Yeah, but what what console are you playing it on? Are you playing it on an actual 360, or are you playing on, like, an Xbox One or an Xbox Series, whatever they have? Yeah. I recently beat BO1 on my 360 and I had no DLC, but on my Xbox Series X I had all the DLC. Yeah, BO1 Xbox 360 version is the one I have. Okay. So are you playing that version on an actual 360, or are you playing that version on an Xbox One, like, through backwards compatibility? Because it makes a difference, apparently. One of my favorite characters, sad story lore, but good dude. Did you ever play the Krieg DLC in Borderlands 3? Because it adds, like, a whole layer of lore to that. Playing on an Xbox One S. Okay. That's probably why, then, according to our information that we have just received. That I guess, yeah, if you play the OG Xbox version, then you just get the DLCs for free. It's cool to know. I would still say, if you're a Borderlands fan or collector, and you do have the last gen consoles, go for the triple pack for both. Because it's the only way, to my knowledge, to get all the DLC physically for the pre-sequel. Because it never got a Game of the Year edition or anything like that, so there is no way. And even Borderlands 2 Game of the Year edition, it didn't come with any headhunters or level 72 or Digistruct Peak or anything, so... I'm the conductor of the poo train. Yes. Yes, I think that's the most famous line. Oh, that's a weird drop pattern. What way are you facing? Oh! So I can assume my Sham is over there somewhere. Can always tell if he's facing the wrong way when the drop pattern changes. Man, dude, what have I done? I listened to 2 people while streaming the story mode. They're like, "Hey, you should do the Sham farm on the Vita." I'm like, "No." And then another guy chimed in. I'm like, "Oh, okay." Maybe I'll do that. How hard could it be? How long could it actually take? 1,144 runs later. Is the game choppy on Vita? No, this is the smoothest version of the game you could ever achieve. It does not get any better than this, trust me. I'm an expert on that field. And for the Xbox One version of BL2, all the DLC is free, except for Fight for Sanctuary. Yeah, that's, I don't know why they just didn't bundle that in with everything else, because, like, no matter what you buy it, Borderlands 4, um, outside of, like, I think the Pandora's Box collection includes Fight for Sanctuary, but the Handsome collection they never updated it to include it, which was kind of stupid on their part. But, I mean, it was released, I think, 4 years after the Handsome collection, like, it came out in 2018 or 19, I think. I probably have beat this game more than 300 times. Yeah, but have you ever beaten it on a Vita? I will say it is a different experience playing this on a Vita because you have to play the game differently. There are some areas where the RAM on the Vita just gets overloaded to the point where after certain, I think like the wildlife, the exploitation preserve area, once you're like halfway through that map, you can't open your inventory or any vending machines, otherwise it will crash the game. So you need to like have the loadout that you want already set, and that goes for other areas as well. Like, it's a really unique circumstance where you have to actually play the game differently, otherwise it won't work. But, I don't know. It adds a layer of challenge, I'd say, to this version that just doesn't exist on any other version. Can your boys drop me a Sham brick? I would very much appreciate them and feel less bad as I shoot them down in every other area of the game. Also, isn't 38 Shams for 1.1 runs under odds by a good bit? I think so. It's like 30%, right? So I think we're slightly under the odds now, but we also do have like a bunch of bunker SMGs kind of holding the odds up, and we've had customizations that I haven't kept track of because I didn't want to write a third thing on the screen. What DLC is on Vita? There's no way it has Fight for Sanctuary. No, it didn't get Fight for Sanctuary. PS3 didn't even get Fight for Sanctuary. It got the Oasis DLC, the Torg DLC, Krieg and Gage, the UVHM Upgrade 1, and some cosmetic stuff, and that was about it. It did not get Fight for Sanctuary. It did not get Tina, Sir Hammerlock, none of the Headhunters, no Digistruct Peak, none of that. It just got this. The DLCs that it does have, it did get the raid bosses, so you do have those here. You got Fight for Sanctuary free the week it came out or something. Yeah, it was free for like a brief time, and then you had to pay like $20 for it. You probably get this question a lot, but why aren't you running 0 for 4? I mean, if I wanted to do a speed run for crashing the game, maybe. No. We will at some point get to all the characters. Right now, we are running Maya. Like, we just started, I think, like 2 days ago, we just started the Maya second, our second playthrough of the game, so we'll get through her, and then 0 we will do, like, he and the Gunzerker, I feel, are the most challenging to play on the Vita version because of, you know, they require a lot of control, especially the Gunzerker. Like, I did the Gunzerker on here to get the Platinum Trophy. Holy crap. Does it the hitching and the lag, not being able to ADS while in gunzerking mode is torture. And Zero, I mean, I know this question is probably a 100% yes, but boring bunker. I would just like to see if it instantly crashes or if you do get a little bit of audio before it does. I guess that's the test we would have to see. We'll get there though. At some point we'll get there. What other games do you play on the Vita? I've played Minecraft, Killzone, Uncharted. What else? A little bit of Persona, Tokyo Xanadu, which is a really good game. Fruit Ninja. Some of the Lego games that came out on it. Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man game. Some PSP games. Battlefront 2, if you've ever played Battlefront 2 on the PSP, you know that the performance on it kinda suffers. And controlling it is a little weird. Like, you can set the face buttons to look around, but it's not the most intuitive thing in the world. But on the Vita, it amps up the performance, and you can set the face buttons to the right joystick. So you get more of that, like, OG Battlefront 2 feel, or console feel, I guess. So... what else? I have Freedom Wars, Wipeout, Assassin's Creed. Like, I have a whole bunch of games. It's just finding the time to play them is the objective. On the Vita, my guy. Indeed, Mr. Brent. Indeed, we're on the Vita. Just joined, so might have missed it, but why not Zero with the board? Because the game would not function. It would cease to function any more than it... We've had so many E-techs today, I'm actually upset. My heart has been hurt. I want one Sham before we give it up tonight. 2 E-techs! Come on! Now you're just bullying me, game. Dr. Centipede. Is the frame rate that bad, or is it just the stream? Mr. Donut Lord, would you like to no. The next kill will be a Sham trust. I mean, I didn't read that, so maybe, you know, maybe the next run will be a Sham. Boar would rip the Vita to shreds. I think if I tried to bore, I would, like, look over on the top of my entertainment center and just hear, like, a little snap. Just, I don't know, it would spontaneously combust. It would implode, it would just disappear. Suck in itself. Where are we at, gang? What do you mean by that? That question can be interpreted many different ways. Instant overheat and shutdown. Nah, it'll be fine. The game is frozen a great many times when we've streamed it, so all you gotta do is walk up and... The Vita TV has the benefit of you just being able to unplug it and plug it back in really quick, so you don't have to hold the power button for like 10 seconds. Damn sub. That's your Wi-Fi, buddy. Mr. Donut Lord was quick with it. Desai, what are you doing? Is there like a fruit fly that you've locked onto and are now chasing through the house? Please. Alright, Mr. Barbershop. I'm trusting you. Makes sense. Good luck. Did it with the Bloodsplosion Krieg. Took me forever, but gotta love the game. Did you achieve the 94? Like, you got one? How are you streaming the Vita gameplay? I talked to an oracle and sold my soul, and now my skin is white, and I have blades of chaos. I'm using a PlayStation TV, so that was in like 2013 or 14, I think. Probably 2014, maybe 2015. I don't know. Around 2014, Sony released a PlayStation Vita with no screen, no back touchpad, no nothing. It was like the Vita motherboard in a little box, and you could plug it into your TV. and it has an HDMI, a USB, an Ethernet, and memory card slot, and game card slot. So with the HDMI port, you can plug it into a capture card, hence what I'm doing, and stream it through OBS. So that's how I'm doing it. Stay undercover, bro. A lot of rolling thunder. What are you talking about? I'm in Canada right now. There's no storm right now. I saw the final thing fall. And boy, do I wish it didn't. Two customizations. You could have stayed up in there. I didn't need to see you today. Again. We started the night off with a conference call. He dropped a world drop conference call out of here. And since then, we've seen nothing but one customization. You want Xbox? Is this what Xbox looks like? Nah, I have a 360 that I got from Valley Village for $30 2 years ago. That's my connection with Xbox gaming. Unfortunately, that's the extent of it. The Blastercaster Malawan E-Techs are good. The SMG ones, are they? We did used to do a thing where I would ask people on stream to have me hunt down a weapon or piece of gear that he can drop in his pile. So we'd look for that instead of me just looking for the Sham, and it helped kind of bridge the time from when we would see Shams. I didn't know BL2 can run on the Vita. 2 running bore on it would likely make the console turn into a black hole singularity. It probably would. You know what? It would. Maybe that's what we need to achieve dark matter or find dark matter. Is just have the Vita TV run bore, and then it magically, through some wacky ass version of mitosis, turns into black hole or dark matter or something. I don't know. Wait, what was your cat meowing at in the background? Oh, you could hear that? I didn't think you could hear that. I don't know what she was meowing at. Sometimes she'll just get into these moods where she'll just soar through the house or find something. She loves the reflection of light. So, like, if there's sun coming through the window and I have my watch on, I can do, like, a little thing of light. And she will, like, chirp at that and try to chase it. I don't know what she was looking at this time, though, because there's nothing in here. Windows are closed. Maybe a ladybug got in or something and it's flying around. I don't know. They always seem to find a way into houses, even when everything is shut. What legendary drops are worth grinding and when? The 94 Sham. It's the easiest weapon or shield to get in the game. Highly recommend it. Next to the Perfect Tide of Terra. Child's play in terms of acquiring them. Everybody has one. I would say go for those. In case you didn't know, that was sarcasm. Don't go for them. Don't try it. Phone was busy with FTP. I mess with the config files, do not the code, and makes it sound way more impressive. Also, it was someone on your friends list that had 61 plus character. Oh, okay. Mr. Strange, that was like forever ago on the stream that I mentioned that. Good lord. There's someone on my friends list. I don't know who that would be, because I have very few... Oh! A legendary. How about that? What... We already have one of you, so I'm not gonna take you. I have one spot left in my inventory, and it's not for you. I thought it was a gub for a second. We do have one of these, though, and I'm pretty sure we also got it from Bunker. I almost missed that. Like, I thought it was... Okay. How many other things have I missed? Well, at least that's not nothing. Maybe we're on the right track. The Sham is within reach. We've had some streams where I've had 4 shams in one thing. And then this one where it's just like, nah. I would have dropped you my high level sham, but you on broke ass PlayStation. What, the 94 sham? No, it's not so much as acquiring, like getting it from somebody. It's the process of getting it through bunker. I think that's what's the thing we're going after on these runs, trying to be the first people to ever get one on the Vita, because I don't think anyone does. I don't think anyone has one. There's no documentation online anywhere of somebody acquiring a 94 sham on the Vita. We're the first people to acquire the 77 sham on the Vita. I know that. So, yippee. I remember when I beat BL1 on my 360. Every time I got a headshot, it would make my FPS drop bad. We did stream Borderlands 1 on the PS3 not too long ago. We finished our first playthrough of the story. We did some multiplayer on that too, and I even had the little PlayStation, like, in-ear microphone thing, the PlayStation 3 microphone. Tried that out. Kind of worked, kind of didn't. But that series was cool. That multiplayer also just works phenomenally on the PS3, given its age. Who would have thought? IDK if my 360 was homeless, or if it couldn't run it. What? Strange just took a second to spell the sentence. That's a lot of seconds. That was like half an hour ago, I think I mentioned that. Transferred like 5K files to the Vita. Good lord. He's not giving me any Sandhawk kills. The tiredness is setting in. We need to find a sham. I can't even read the numbers that pop out when I fire the Slaga. No! I'm not done yet. Wait. Marwin mod. Small house cats are weird because even big cats don't have the same eyes and small ones that reptile. She's not small anymore. Like, she's so smaller than our other cat, but I don't know. She's funky. You're not supposed to be alive. Lasers. The Vita lasers. There's too much going on at once. Ah. Brother, where are you coming from? I just came up that way. I didn't even see the lasers. They didn't even make their way up here. Mr. Strange with the donations. Thank you, my friend. Morrowind mods. Also, cats are so funny and silly. For real, I love them. They are. They're a funny creature of existence. Our kitten, for whatever, yeah, she's still a kitten. She's like a year old. For whatever the reason, I don't know why. Like, we have this gaming chair over beside me. And she's taken recently to just climbing up to the top of it and then doing nothing. She'll just stand up there for like a few seconds and then plop down right on the seat and then start running again. I don't know. She also can meow very loud. She hates being behind a closed door, like, ever since we got her, because we had another cat when we got her. And the other cat would have ripped her to shreds if we just let them out together right at the beginning. And we got her as a kitten, so we had to keep her in the spare room. And the spare room, you know, has like a big glass front on it so she could see out of it. But like at nighttime, when you know, when nobody was down there, like, you could just hear her meowing all the way upstairs. And I don't know, she would always try to make a dash out of the door, even though she had no idea where she was going. There's the same thing with the front door, and it's the most dangerous thing. So we don't like them to go outside. So the front door, she doesn't know that the outside is on the other side of the front door. So like when you open the door, you have to look in because she sees, ooh, door open. I must explore what's on the other side of it. She's better now that she's a little older, but before it was every single time. She could be anywhere in the house, and when you're walking up the front porch here, or walking up the front steps, like, she would just hear it, and then dart for the front door because she knew it was gonna open. Gotta keep it sleepy for real, but I'm gonna stay and finish watching the stream before I head off to bed. All right, my friend, you're a real trooper. And I know it's like almost 2:30 in the morning here. We've been going for 2.5 hours. I really just want to get one sham before we close off, but I don't know if it'll happen. I'm sad that I don't know if it'll happen. Just watch next stream. We get like 3 right off the hop. Come on, dude. This is not the gun I pulled out. I love animals. I appreciate every family pet I ever had. TBH, I cherish any pet my family gets because you never know how long they'll be around, Oh, I do know. We had our other... Oh, no! I didn't mean to do that. Wait. We had our other kitten, Preston, orange feline. He passed away at age 7 because he had cancer that we didn't know about. So, yes, I know how you feel. That was one of the most difficult days to be around with. But our other cat, Minnie, who shockingly is bigger than Preston was, and Daisy's the new one, she's 13 right now, and Daisy's 1 year old, so Daisy loves to terrorize her all the time. And Minnie is not for it. She will swipe and hiss at her, but I mean, she won't kill her. It's fine. I don't not like cats, but I like them. I'm allergic to them and make me itchy. You know what? That's a legit reason to maybe not like them as much. That's shotgun ammo. God damn it. Yes, my fiance is the same way. She's not like, I don't think she's as allergic as you sound to be to cats and dogs. But, yes, she still is allergic. Like, they make her sneeze. And breathing gets a little harder than usual. But there's always medication you can take for that to kind of push the symptoms down a little bit. Maybe we'll try and go for 10 more runs. We're at run 1,150. See how long that takes, and then we'll call it there. Even though we might not find a sham tonight, we still have met a lot of amazing people, which is all you can really ask for, I think. So many people that A, didn't know about the Vita version, and B, started with the Vita version. I think I'm more shocked about the people that did start with the Vita version, because, I mean, you just never really think about that being a thing. I don't know. It's nice to know that there's a lot of people that maybe they don't play it anymore. Like it's probably not a common thing to see that many people play, but just to know that there was at some point that much of an audience for it, it's kind of cool. It's a cool thing. It's really kind of a shame though that the Vita version only has the 2-player multiplayer, because I feel like now the community of Vita players is probably you know, a lot smaller, and they probably revolve around each other a lot more than before. But you can only play two people at a time, so you can't even put all of them together at once. Dogs don't make me feel like how cats do, but when dogs lick me, their saliva makes me itchy even after. Ooh. Okay, yeah, that is a more allergic allergy, I think, than most, yeah. I have heard about that. Sandhawk kill. Beautiful. Quick one. Quick with it. Drown in it. Hello, sir. Oh, don't go and do that, man. Let's just talk it out. Good talk. Ooh, 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 ooh. Come on. Please. Please and thank you. With a cherry on top. Ah. Playing this in VR, I'm gonna be excited when we get to the bunker fight, because just seeing all the mortars fly at you in VR is... it has to be quite the experience. I also miss my sister's hamster. He passed away a few years ago. I miss him and my cat. For real, his name was Gary Wood. Oh, it's a lovely name for a cat. And he was such a chill hamster. Plus, he had a fun little mohawk. Really? I don't think I've ever seen a hamster with a mohawk on it. I, too, had a hamster over 10 years ago now. Her name, and me being my 12-year-old self, with my creative mind, named the hamster Hammy. So she lived for like 3 years, which is on like the longer side for hamsters, which is nice. She came before the first cat, like before our first, before Minnie. So we had like this giant play area set up in the living room where the hamster could like run around. It was like a whole courtyard for it. And then Minnie would like stare at her over the walls and like watch her do the things, and it was hilarious. I know there's a photo around somewhere of like a face-off photo. Like we have Hammy in one hand, and then Minnie is like looking at her with her paw out in the other one. Amazing stuff. My buddy's hamster ran in his wheel for a couple days straight and broke. What? What do you mean by that? What do you mean broke out? Don't they have like... Or did the wheel break off of like a thing and then it just started rolling? How did bro run for a couple days straight? That's insane stamina. Is it a Vita thing? The bodies just vanish in thin air? It is a Vita thing. To save on resources for processing, I'm guessing mainly RAM, the bodies will just disappear into a cloud of blood, or they will just disappear into nothing if you turn the gore off. There is still ragdoll physics. Like if you're in a vehicle and you run over something and not kill it, it will engage in ragdoll. Or if you kill Doc Mercy, because it's even after you do like the mission, if you kill Doc Mercy, he will ragdoll for whatever the reason forever. Like he's the only ragdoll. There's a couple different ragdolls, I think, but they're mission specific. Like Face McShooty, because you have to touch his body to complete the mission. They remain, but they're the only two, or there's like 2 or 3 that only do that. It's weird. You kind of just get used to it. There's also no slag texture in the Vita version, so get a Slagga and then just shoot for a while and hope for the best. I mean, you'll know when you start shooting the enemy and they either take very little damage or a lot of damage. So it's not really that much of a big deal. Like, that guy's slagged, and there you go. No slag texture. I see the chats. Give me 1 second. Weave. Brother, please just drop a damn Sham at this point. Just one, and I can end the night. Never seen any other hamster with a mohawk, so he was definitely a unique little guy. I think he, like, escaped a band or something. But his hamster ran... Oh, I already read that one. He broke up the cage and then found him in the trash. Oh my god. Broke out of the cage. How does one even do that? We made a cage out of, like, a plastic bin. Like, we cut the front out and put, like, a vent on it, like a vent cover, so she could breathe. The one there and then one on the top. But then you could see inside of it, but then nothing could get into it. And you just fill it with shavings, and then there you go. Hamster house. The hamster hut. I love that hamster for real, and I used to call him a little beanbag chair. Please tell me you didn't treat him like a beanbag chair. My neck. My back. Poor Master Yi the Invincible. The one raid boss we still didn't defeat because he's just an awful raid boss. I'm pretty sure you can kill him with the door glitch. Maybe I'll do that at some point. Nah, finish the lyrics. You saw that, didn't you? Did you? You notice that? Nah, I don't know what you're talking about. I was just pointing out 2 areas of my body that were causing me distress. What a weird time to be alive for music, though. Let's keep going. 8 more runs to go. Then we'll call it there at run 1160. Almost at 1200 runs. Sure, buddy, sure. I mean, hey. I'm just telling you what I know, Mr. Donalord. Oh, nah, Lloyd just looked like a beanbag chair because of the way he would sit. Oh. Would he sit on, like, his back or something and just, like, be chill all the time? I can kind of picture that. Boom. Nice quick kills. You'll love to see it. Change up the run. I'll open this thing. I did something different. Maybe now he'll drop us a Sham. It's not bouncing. It's supposed to hop. Just spray the Herald and create a shield. That didn't work. Can I only blow them up when they're on the ground? I think so. I've just killed myself. Oh my god. Shield, come back. I need to tank one more hit. Here we go. Pretty sure I can take 1 hit from a mortar with a full B shield. Okay. Uh-oh. Really? If I destroy a turret, the lasers come out? These lasers just tickle. My efforts were futile. Where are you? Whoa. New and improved Shotgun Supreme. I don't think I've ever seen that name card before. New and improved. What was the old one? What are you doing? You waiting for a Sham? Because there's not one here. Brother, the fight ended like 10 years ago. There's ammo from the guy I just killed. You know, the one we were fighting together at the same time. He was a cool hamster, though, and not gonna lie, he would actually watch TV with me. No way. That's sweet. I love animals that look like or actually are watching the TV with you. Like, I know some cats, like, I think our one cat can't see screens or anything like that. Like, she can't see her reflection either, so it seems like if they can't see the reflection, they can't see screens. But the kitten, she will, like, watch the TV sometimes. Just sit and watch it. Or maybe she just knows that's where the sound is coming from, and she'll just watch the thing that has sound coming out of it. Who knows? Bosses can be fought over and over for a chance at their rarest loot. Oh, really? A chance? Is that what we're calling it? I think winning the lottery is easier than finding this damn shield. Winning the lottery, like scratching off the winning number while getting struck by lightning at the exact same time, is more common than finding this damn shield. You got the Sham plant thing. This is not even close to being legible on this version. Holy crap. Why even include this texture if you're just going to make it look like that? Just turn it into anything else. Ugh. A quick kill on this side. I love to see it. Alright. Let's keep her going. Only a few more runs. We can survive. Starting your run, brother. Fight is over. TBH, I love lightning, lull, and rain for real, my kind of weather. Yeah, I don't mind a good thunderstorm every now and then. I do like sunnier weather personally. But like, to balance it out every now and then, just having a good thunderstorm with some good rain, just sit by the front window and have the window open slightly so you get that smell of rain in. Like, it is a good time. Throw on a movie or something. Let the rain do its thing. I'm so glad we're into that kind of weather right now and not snow. Holy crap. I was actually getting sick of the cold weather and the snow, because we would have some really warm days and then out of nowhere it would be just below zero. And going to school sucked because, or like going to teachers college at that time would just suck because, well, now I've got to scrape my car off in the morning, and by the time I come home I'm going to be putting shorts on. And you just on those days where it's just cold and crappy and foggy and icy, you just don't want to get up and do anything. Especially not at 6:30 in the morning. You don't want to get up and do something. If it's a class you don't want to be taking right now, it's just a labor. That's the thing at the university I go to, is they only let you have 2 absences for the teachers college program. 2 absences. And if you miss more than 2 classes, you have to do makeup assignments because somebody in their infinite wisdom decided that, hey, they're missing class for some reason, so they're already going to be catching up on the stuff that they missed. The best thing we can do for that student is to give them more work. Thankfully, I never needed to do one of those makeup assignments, so I don't know what they actually look like, but from what I heard, some people after, like, during first semester, like, it ends near Christmas time, they got their emails that had the link to the makeup assignment, like, 2 days before the holidays started, even though they missed the class, like, back in October or something. It was a really weird system, but thankfully I didn't need to go through that. Rain is just so soothing and nice. I love hearing it too. It is. It's a very, like, melodic sound to it sometimes. I mean, that's why white noise machines have a rain setting, or if you have an iPhone, turn on the hearing, I forget the setting. There's an accessibility setting that lets you turn on, like, white noise machine stuff. And that's one of them, and you can change how the rain sounds and everything, so it's really cool. Out of the way, sir. If we ever do end up playing Borderlands 2 on the Mac and streaming it, the one reason I would ever do that is to just find the Lyuda. Because for whatever the reason, the Mac version still has the original item card for the Lyuda when it was called the Lyuda. It's not called that anymore, it's the Lyudmila or something. But the Mac version still has the Lyuda, so that would be a cool thing to watch out for. No! 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 I saw the beam! Dude, we've gotten everything but a sham. We've had a bunker SMG, we've had customization head thing that nobody likes. We've had like 2 or 3 world drop legendaries. No sham! They're just toying with me at this point. At least it's something I can add to the list. What even are you? Non-elemental. Wow, that's so exciting. I'm really happy I spent 3 hours to find that. God damn, brother. SMG. 49 bunker SMGs. I would have much rather had, much rather have had that number be the sham number. Also, it's funny how most people hated school lunches, but TBH not me. Back then in school I loved the food, and especially because it was free. Oh, you had a cafeteria. We didn't have a cafeteria in my elementary school. It went from kindergarten to grade 8. But we didn't have a cafeteria. You had to bring your own lunch. And that was before the time, like, now schools, at least in Canada, like, most schools are, like, they provide snacks for the students. Like, they have little lunch bag things that go to each room, and the kids during the day can get a snack from them, or, like, during lunch, if you didn't get enough packed in your lunch or didn't get a lunch, you can get stuff from there. We didn't have that. So if you didn't have a lunch, you were kind of screwed. But yeah, no, we didn't have a cafeteria till, like, high school. Stream until you get a sham. We would be here till tomorrow. Yeah, well, it is tomorrow. What are you talking about? It's Thursday now. I started streaming on Wednesday. No, it's summer just started for me. We got the whole summer to do sham farms. Hopefully it doesn't take all of that, because I don't remember the website I used to get the card thing for the day 1, day 2, day 3 for the thumbnail. And we're already, like, almost through half of them. We'd be here till Friday then. Okay, that's... I'm going to my fiance's schoolhouse, because I'm moving... I'm helping her move everything to the floor above, because she got the room above. I have to take apart her bed and move it up, and God, that bed was so heavy when we put it there. So that's what I'm doing all day tomorrow. Dang it, it's already gonna be May, lol. It is gonna be May. But you know what? May flowers bring Sham farms for hours. No scope. He's got a weird drop pattern. Where's the Sham, brother? I know you got other stuff up there. I've seen it. Just dropped the last thing. It's not funny anymore, man. Oh. You were crooked. Brother. Streaming for almost 3 hours and no shams. That's gotta be, I think, the longest single stream we've done without finding one sham. That's brutal. It's like gambling your life away. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad. Oop, my phone's about to die. Good lord, we went through Mr. Skeleton's entire phone battery to find no shams. Outrageous. I expect you to rub your hands together so fast that the thermal energy created from that is enough to wirelessly charge your phone. I genuinely think if you tie it, like, put a blindfold on me, I'd be able to do this blindfolded. I've done it so many times. I know where the save state hitches are. I go to the same spot every time. The only thing I'd have to listen for is which side is he on, and does he have the laser cannons out, and is he flying around? I was looking at the capture window when I saw him come in. Oh my god. Like, even in normal mode, do the buzzers actually do anything for you? In terms of damaging anything? Like, do they kill any other enemies out there, or... Ow, what is hitting me? What the hell was that? Nothing is supposed to be able to damage me down here. Yeah, okay. Was it you? Were you sniping me? No, you don't even have a gun. Oh, the jet loader, probably. Probably had some insane peeking angle on me. Come on. What if I just open that shield, or that chest up there, and it contains the sham? Because I never go up there and open that shield, or open the chest anymore. Jet loader. Ah, come on, dude. Like, there's barely any loot that came out front that time anyway. My eyes are becoming heavy. That randomly reminds me once I fell asleep playing GTA 5 and my hands were still moving on the controller. When I opened my eyes, I friggin' drove the car into the ocean with sharks. Oh my goodness. It's in your blood. You can do it without even being conscious. No, I showed my fiance GTA 5 at some point during the summer last year, and it became one of her favorite games very quickly because I had it over here and I had it on the PS3, and she knew about GTA before. Like, it's not like she'd never heard of it before. And so I gave her the controller, and she knew, you could drive around, so she got in a car and committed several acts of heinous manslaughter while driving over on the sidewalks. But I'm like, all right, we'll buy it for your PS4. So I went out and to the used game store and bought 2 copies of it for the PS4 so we could play online together. And that's funny. And then she, while she was at school there, she played the story mode on her own. She learned how to play it on her own. Just like Battlefront. We were at the cottage one day a few years ago now. Cottage had really crappy Wi-Fi, so we weren't doing much of anything with that. But I brought the PS4 up, and we were with Ben at the time too. All 3 of us were up there. And I loaded up some Battlefront and just played the offline mode, and we'd switch every death, Ben and I. And she's like, "Can I try?" I'm like, "Oh, sure." Gave her the thing. She sucked at it, but that's okay. And then she became a very good player at it, because I got it for her on her PS4. And she did some Battlefront streams with us on the channel. It's been a little while since all 3 of us have done one, but GTA PS3 indeed. Which ending did she pick? I don't know if she's made it to the end of the game yet. She's in school to be a dental hygienist, so that doesn't exactly afford you the most time to play games or do things at your own free will. So I'm not sure if she actually finished it yet. But I know she likes playing as Trevor and Michael. Can you get out of the shield? Please. Just right here. There's a big open space right here. It's beckoning to you. No, I will not look at that. It sucks. It's not a sham. You're not a sham. You're just instant shield. An instant piece of crap. 2 more runs. My niece only wanted to try playing GTA because she liked running people for fun. Little demon. Yeah, this is what Jesse liked to do too. And I'm like, should I be concerned? Should I call somebody about this? That you just enjoy running people over in a video game? I think that's why most people enjoy, like, I'd say, like, kids who calling it Sham on the last run. Okay, let's see. It happened last time when we had a whole bunch of people. I think that's why most kids, like, enjoy or want to play GTA. I'd say, like, you see it online all the time, right? Like, there's absolutely no way a kid is avoiding knowing about the existence of GTA these days. And, you see, it's the sense of freedom, I think, that it affords you. Like, you can do a lot of things that you can't do as a kid at the time. and it looks fun, and other people are having a lot of fun with it, and it also helped in the mid 2010s that it was the most popular game of all time, outside of Minecraft, which a lot of kids wanted to play. So, but yeah, like I think you put a kid in GTA 5, the first thing they're gonna do is just drive around and crash into things and steal cars and whatever. Harmless, but you know. My mom didn't know what the game was about and kept telling her to stop killing those people, and I was like, it's just a game. Oh no. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of mothers were saying the same thing at the time. Did she buy it for you? Like, did she not know what the M rating meant? Because my parents knew what the M rating meant, but like, if there was a game, you know, under a license, or I guess under an IP that they knew, then the rating maybe, like, didn't matter as much. Like, they didn't get me any M-rated games. T-rated when I was a kid, sometimes they did, like, they bought, The Force Unleashed on the Wii, which was rated T, but they're like, oh, you know, it's Star Wars, whatever, it's fine. I knew my mom also always hated the force choking sound that you could do in The Force Unleashed. Damn, you still going for the 94 Sham? I respect the grind, and yeah, we're still going. We're nearing the end of the runs tonight, though. Been going for over 3 hours. Oh my god. Dude, we've had everything. We've had everything drop. Other than the Sham. It's not funny anymore. To be fair, we did go an extremely long stretch without seeing any customizations. So I think now this is the game's way of giving us a middle finger and saying, oh, you heard all those customizations you didn't get. Now you're just getting them all. Oh, man. No, I bought the game for myself, but she never knew what they were about, but I had to explain to her what it was, and then she's like, oh, were you an adult at this point, or did you buy it, like, because I don't think you could buy it as a teenager. Is that still a thing? Like, if you go to a game store and you're under 17 and you try to buy an M-rated game, they won't let you do it? Is that a thing? Because I know that used to be a thing. I don't know if so much it is now, and like, it's really easy on a digital console, like if your parents don't set up parental controls, like you can just buy whatever. Bro got hit multiple times this stream. Pause. Spider-Man was the other kind of game that, if it was T-rated, my parents were okay with letting us play. Spider-Man 3 was a little bit different because it did gotta go a little more into mature themes, the game. And I think there was some swearing in it. Like, I know Spider-Man says ass a couple times, and hell and damn and whatever. Like, just some words was like, okay, it's not the main focus of the game. It's not, you know, it's just a thing, a word that somebody says in a small point in time. Whew. Got it down to a science. I was still in high school when IDK, I bought it and nobody said anything. Okay. I guess I got away with it probably because I have no idea. I mean, maybe, I don't know, I'm sure every game store is probably different. I just know most game stores at the time were like, if you weren't 17, then you needed an adult, or heaven forbid if you bought one of the very few A-rated games. You don't see those around really anymore. I don't know why they invented the A rating system if, like, stores... Are you kidding me? Brother, two... Oh, we're never seeing the Sham. 2 bunker SMGs in a row, and... like, there's no way in hell we get a Sham after that. 3 drops. Or, no, that wasn't a bunker, it was a customization. 50 SMGs. 50 SMGs and 38 Shams. That number is way too far apart for my liking. Love how we start getting all the good RNG right at the end of the stream, too. At least it's fire. It's different than the other ones. Mom, I'm not like other girls. I'm a fire bunker SMG. Bro. Alright, final run of the night. Let's see. Maybe I'll do one, or maybe I'll do one after this for good luck. Who knows? Man. This just means that next time we do a Sham farm, we have to just be getting Shams. Everything Shams. Because today we got everything but Shams. We got 2... Was it 2 World Drop Legendaries? One of them being a conference call, for God's sake. Like, that's insane. Like, 3 customizations, 2 bunker SMGs, and no Shams. Like, everything but the Sham. I wonder if in the same amount of time that it's taken us to do all of these runs, I wonder like how many more runs somebody could do on a PC with the load time. Okay, maybe not a PC because that would be too unfair, because if you have a good enough PC, you can just bypass the loading screen entirely. Like a PS4, PS5 with a handsome collection. Just with how much faster the load times are on those consoles, I wonder if, or how many more runs you could do in however many streams we've done. I got 6% of phone battery left, a little than after I'm catching some Z's. Some Z's, as we say in Canadian language. I don't know, some things it's just so rooted into culture. It's like, yeah, I say Z for that, and then there's other things, it's like, yeah, I say Z. Like Gen Z, I will always say Gen Z, but, you know, saying the alphabet, it's like, oh, Z. I don't know. It's just one of those really weird language differences for some reason. Like we spell color with a U. So there's other OR words that are OUR. 6 to 7 runs per Vita run. I feel like that number's not was chosen specifically, or those sets of numbers were chosen specifically. No, I won't, Brick. You can't tell me what to do. I killed him. I can't wait to not get a street or Sham. Nope, based on facts. I want to see that spreadsheet. It's so quiet. It's never that quiet. Brother, come on. Why can't you just be like the warrior and just come up here when you're done? Why do you gotta be throwing all the mortars? Have they killed me before? Yes. Has that stopped me? No. You wanna see what? I didn't stutter that much, did I? Okay, we're doing one more run because there's no way in hell we're getting a drop after, like, 2 bunker SMGs. I'll do one more run. And then after that, it do be bedtime. Gotta refill my pump with insulin. It's mad at me. It's buzzing. No pearl. Go to bread, Mr. Fatal. I wouldn't mind some bread right now. Okay. But no. One more final, absolute final run of the night. One for luck. Bed is gonna feel so good. We've been playing it for so long we don't even get the main menu music anymore. It's just the ambient sound of the waterfalls. Which you probably can't hear because I have the capture card audio turned down quite a bit for the bunker fight. Banner rats are scavengers that will pick up weapons and gear dropped in the battlefield to kill them to get all the loot back. Okay. The sound of silence. Sniper rifles are highly accurate. Not if you're playing on VR, they're not. They suck on the VR version of Borderlands 2. They could have made it so much better. You could have actually just looked through the real scope on the gun. But no, they had to go ahead and add a really crappy second screen that pops up that runs at a different frame rate than the rest of the game for some reason. Like, I don't know why... I don't know why the game runs at 90 frames, but then the little ADS screen runs at 20 frames. I feel like on a sniper, that's probably not the thing you want to do. Alright, thank God he gave us a quick kill for that final one. Alright. Let's do this. Hello, sir. Goodbye, sir. Didn't know people still played on the PS Vita. I miss mine a lot. I don't know if there is many people who still play this game on the Vita, but we're still here. We are still here having fun with it. Yeah. 3 hours and 17 minutes and no shams. We found everything except a sham. That's just bad luck, I think, but oh well. It is what it is. Sometimes you get nights like that, and sometimes we get nights where we've gotten 4 of them in a row. It's RNG, that's what gambling is, but that is the final run of the night. We had a lot of great conversations this stream, I think. That's the highlight for me. is that all the new people we had on TikTok, I gotta look and see how many new followers we actually ended up getting on the TikTok, because we got a lot. I kept seeing it on like the bottom there. This person followed, this person followed, this person shared, this person liked. We had like over 1,000 likes on the TikTok, which is also really nice. And we had some great conversations with ye old faithful folks on the YouTube side and some new people as well. So, but yeah, that's gonna do it for me tonight. You guys make these streams what they are, whether we're talking about the game or just talking about life in general. So I thank you all for that. Fire stream besides no sham. Yeah, it is what it is sometimes, but we had fun. At the end of the day, it's more evidence for the Vita version to exist online on the internet. Um, so yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I hope everybody has a great rest of their night or rest of your day, depending on what part of the world you're coming from. And I will see you maybe Friday night. I don't know, because I'm not here tomorrow. I'm not here on Saturday. So maybe Friday night. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I do have to get up relatively early on Saturday, so maybe there'll be a few day hiatus, but in case you get bored, there's plenty of past live streams, right? Variety of games to watch. Go back and look over those, have some fun, and I will see you in a few days. Alright, see you, dude. Fun stream. I'm gonna go to sleep now and charge my phone. Yes, please do, Mr. Skeleton Man. It was nice having you. See you next time, Mr. Streamy Man. Peace. Good night, Mr. Donut Lord. Good night, Mr. Strange. Good night, Mr. or Mrs. Indexco. I think I said that right. Hopefully I did. Apologize if I didn't. But yeah.